Como mi niña, pero que estoy después. ¡Ey! Hello, 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 hello.
Choplo ya limie, ye pa kukwebo. Choplo ya limie, ye pa kukwebo. Tabla kapae, kapa kutaito. Tabla kapae.
Program moment, tenga como mi niña, pero que estoy después. ¡Ey! Hello, 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 hello. program moment tenga como mi ni aproga to ekpe. Hey! Hello, 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 hello.
Choplo ya limie, ye pa kukwebo. Choplo ya limie, ye pa kukwebo. Tabla kapae, kapa kutaito. Tabla kapae, kapa kutaito. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello.
Ni program moment tenga como mi ni aproga to ekpe. Hey! Hello, 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 hello. La vie est lonely way. Papa good night. Papa lonely way. Papa good night. Kapo, 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 kapo. Ane makakuida. Papa good night. Ane makadiba. Papa good night. Ane makabanga. Ane magad baju, ibago naido. Hello, 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 hello. Love alone way, mama dan wabo. Love ani awe, mama ni abo. Papa daji. man, tenga como mi, nya praga trepa. Hey! Hello, 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 hello.
Chopla ya limie, ye pa kukwebo. Chopla ya limie, ye pa kukwebo. Tabla kapae, kapa kutaito. Tabla kapae, kapa kutaito. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello.
Nya praga man, tenga como mi, nya praga trepa. Hey! Hello, 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 hello.
And so good evening, folks. And one welcome this evening to BKS Television Heat Hour here. My name is Junior Payne, and of course, as always, I'm here with Afanso Wungo, the Booyah Boy. Again, folks, we'd like to say welcome to today's edition of the show. Welcome to the Heat Hour here. On the Heat Hour, we say dialogue and our confrontation. We say words and our bullets. In today's edition of the show, we have a couple of news coming up for you, both from Liberia, outside of Liberia, and also in Nima County in Liberia too. We have the man Shadrach Togbe is also here, DK Way is also here, and all of the folks are here tonight. We're going to be joined by Reverend Dr. Blooming Zoa. He's from Goma Playtown. He says he has a fish to fry in the Booyah by-election. We're going to bring him on here tonight to tell us what he has for Booyah. And we will also be joined by one individual. DK Way has more details about that person. But we'd like to say welcome to the show. I found so welcome Shadrach, welcome veteran DK Way.
Thank you, John.
So you can introduce the people from your other good. But then when it comes to all you just press over it. And first, you guys noticed when you were ready to introduce Blooming Zoa, Reverend Dr. Blooming Zoa is from your Goma Apple. You will be joining us. When God say, "And first, welcome," because you from Glale, and they schedule welcome. So after seeing, I will reach out to after seeing I had to lock out and go back. After seeing, go only. I think he from Glale or Glale. After seeing was intending to contest in the by-election. His flyers were out, but then he withdrew, and apparently pledged his support to Koto Quadro. So I've been reaching out to him. The first time we contacted him, he said he was going back home to talk to his people. Upon his return, he was going to join us. So that's it for him. His name Atterson Gonli. I think Atterson worked with Aka. What's the real name for Aka? And also, I shared it, Joe.
Aka?
Yeah, I don't know, document what. Aka should get a real name, right?
Center for Document and Achieve, something like that.
Okay. So that's it, Joe. You can go ahead. Let me try and check on here and see.
You are muted.
Today, so say you feel that you the host from Booth, we can introduce you. Your people better part of your people are from that.
Nah, listen. You know I introduce you right on the show. You can introduce yourself right. Everybody know you on the show. Everybody listen to your voice now. They know who is DK, who is Afanso, who is Shadrach. But they don't know Dr. Reverend Blooming Zoa. You know, so we got to introduce him. We got to tell the people who he is. But again, another major boost for the government today. I want us to start with that. the government of Liberia today signed $100 million. It is 8.6 million agreement contract to construct.
89.6. Let me correct you. 89.6. So roughly 90 million.
Is it 89 or 88?
89.6 million.
So, I mean, who is wrong? Because the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning said 88.6.
What I saw in the report during the live coverage is 89.6. Except maybe they miscalculated during the writing.
So, okay, let's go with what the Ministry of Finance have in their report here. It is 88.6.
Okay, then that's it.
Yeah, to construct 100 new elementary schools across the country beginning this year. Now, this is a big boost for our government. This is a big boost in the sense that this is money and it's schools. But do you think we really need to construct new schools right now in our country? Do you really think? I want us to be very honest, not because we are supporting the government, but look at the numbers of schools we have in the country and look at those that are employed and those that are volunteering. It will shock you to know that at an institution, you will only have maybe like 1 or 2 government paid employee, and the rest of them, they are volunteer teachers. I don't know whether you've been to Duo Bottom before, Afanso.
I've been there.
Okay. If you use the route from Campley Way, there is a town along the Duo Bottom route there. They have a very beautiful, it's Gawi. Good. If you are seeing Gawi Public School, that particular building, there is no other school in Sanikole or Ganta you will compare to that school, with the exception of the recently dedicated high school in Ganta City. That school is very beautiful, but it will shock you to know that there are no students in our classroom. 0. So do we still need schools within the country, or we just need to maintain what we have? To employ more teachers, pay them the regular salary, pay them good money. I mean, let me hear you guys. Do we really need schools right now in Liberia, or we need maintenance on the old ones that we have? Nyobuto Public School got destroyed by the winds. The government didn't cater to that. It was the citizens themselves that did it. So what about constructing another 100 new schools again? How do we maintain these things? Afanso, let me start with you. I know you will have a contrary view to this, but Reverend Dr. Blaming Zoa is already in the back. Would like to say welcome to the show here. That let's hear you, Afanso. But I mean, today we might take different trend, right? We've already started, but we're going to bring the Reverend on to pray for the people of Buyao, to pray for the by-election, and pray for the show before we begin the discussion, even though it's political. But Reverend, good evening and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay. Even though we will discuss one of our topics first before we come to you, but we're going to give you the floor to at least maybe introduce yourself, for those who don't know you, then you can pray for us today.
Okay. That is a wonderful privilege. I am Blumi Zowa, originated from your government play, but I grew up partly in York Banwe and also in Mutuo town. And I attended school in Mutuo and then also in Blole. So when it comes to Buyao district, I would say maybe 6 towns among the 58 towns and villages I have not been personally. So I'm very aware of our area and I'm connected with our people. I have been coming to Liberia. I have been visiting Buyao district and I was in Mutuo town 2023 and also some part of Liberia. So the purpose of me coming here today, I know you guys have something already in the making. Praying is not a bad thing, but I want to just elaborate a little bit on leadership and democracy, because I've been following this forum some people have been speaking against other people running in the 2025 by-election. If you give me the opportunity, I can explain briefly and just before I pray. Okay. I'm not okay. When it comes to democracy, even if there are 50 contestants in the Booyah by-election, they have the privilege, they have the constitutional right to run. And I do not see anyone anywhere beside the Liberia national election to say somebody should drop out. That is very undemocratic. And the second thing I want to talk about is leadership. Now, people always think that leadership, you must get master degree, you must get bachelor degree. But here is why I want people to know from a biblical perspective. Prophet Jeremiah was not born. And God said in the book of Jeremiah 1:5 that before Jeremiah was conceiving his mother's womb, he had destined him to be the prophet. In other words, we have about 11 candidates. I don't know if one is out, but it's 11 candidates that I'm fully aware of the list.
Yeah, it's 10. Yeah. For now, it's 10.
It's now 10. The Honorable Samson dropped as I learned. Okay. Now, among these 10 people, God has destined somebody there. We do not know. It is left with the people of Booyah district. Whether people in Ninkra Chief don't bring 5 candidates, it's not a problem. Whether Yao Chief don't bring 3 candidates, it's not a problem. Or we bring whatever number of candidates, it does not matter. What matters is God has already destined somebody among them to be elected by the people of Booyah district. So I compare to say this in short that everybody has a constitutional right. Whether they are from 15 place 15 from one whom, it doesn't matter. God has somebody among them. So let me make it clear. Sometimes people say Christians are not politicians, and I don't know where they learned that from. But as a biblical counselor, from my own perspective, I believe that pastors, evangelists, missionaries should be in the government of every nation. Why? We sit down and say we want righteousness. We want minimize corruption. But if the men and women who are righteous according to God's standard by salvation in Jesus Christ and have the opportunity, who are the power of the Holy Spirit to bring transformation into the districts, if they are sitting down and then they say that pastors or bishops cannot be, here is why. I am going to tell you today that it is not a biblical concept for anybody to say that Christian cannot be. I am a registered member of MDR. I might be in the United States. I have my MDR ID card.
Because are you fully aware you are discussing politics right now? Because on the
show, it doesn't matter. Look, let me tell you, there is no Christian who is not a politician. Because why? You be an Elam, you be a Nazarene, you be a Methodist, you be a Lutheran. Just because they don't call them political party or religious party.
Now, I know you told us to put aside the prayer for now.
Yeah, no. They can ask me questions. But the thing here is, I think it is okay for Christians to run because Christians will make right decision. And I am urging all Christians in Booyah district to support the candidates of their choice. That's how it should be.
As a registered member of the MDR political party, are you in any way supporting the MDR candidate that is up?
Of course, it is what the political party has put forward. So
one may say you are speaking tonight in favor of Jackson Ewell because last night we had an elder here who was saying Jackson Ewell should back off from the race, and you came right now. You make an emphasis to that statement that people are saying other people should back off from the race. One may say, why will you have a candidate in the race and be speaking for another person?
Well, I am not speaking. The person that spoke last night, I know him very well, but he was not making accurate information or giving him accurate information. He said that Jackson Ewell was from the same quarter where Senator Koga from, and I'm from the same quarter where Koga from. So you is not from the same quarter. No matter what it is, even if that is it, it is left with the people in Buya to elect who they want. It doesn't matter where somebody comes from. Whether you got 15 candidates running from Government Play, or 15 candidates from Bluely, 15 candidates from Nuclear, Dame Play, or Townwheel, or it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The people have their right to choose who they want.
Great. Now I will go to Afonso. Afonso, if there is any question for Reverend, you can ask him. He's saying that we should forget about this perspective of us saying somebody should back off on the race because the person is from the same quarter as the former representative. Therefore, the person should leave the race. Another argument he's making tonight is that people shouldn't be judged because they are not educated. He gave a biblical reference that one of those prophets were not born, but he was destined to be a leader. So, I mean, if there is any question for the Reverend, you can ask him. I have a lot of things coming up in my head right now to ask the Reverend. But let me give you guys a tip.
Welcome, Reverend. How you doing?
Wonderful.
Do you want some bottle of water to drink? I want you to put the zeal. This Reverend is a Reverend that can talk. He's not put the energy in. Hit him with the political question that because he says he's a registered member of the MDR political party. He's been in Butu. He's been in District 5. He knows the district. Ask him all of the questions. What is the stronghold of his candidate? I mean, Afonso, I trust your ability. Give it to him.
I want to ask the Reverend first about the church issue. How often have you had election in your church?
Every 4 years, we have election to have a new board or leadership in our denomination.
Thank you. Now, you just talk about Buya election issues, and another was here last night discussing one region dominating leadership in a district. He did not neglect the fact that they have their constitutional right. He knows that, but because of one region or one town is dominating leadership in the district, he said it was prudent that the town gave way to other people to contest. He was just speaking about how our traditional people behave. Notwithstanding, your argument is that they all had their right, they should partake in the democratic process. Do you think that his call is not duly?
I do not believe that any candidate that registered by the National Election Commission should be sanctioned by somebody who has no legitimate authority to declare that. This is not a time for eldership. It is time for democracy to prevail. The people in Buya district know who they want. They know it. They know it. I'm very much aware, and I might be thousands of miles away, but I'm politically inclined, and I understand the dynamics, what is unfolding there. So they should not tell somebody like Blue people got a lot of candidates. That doesn't matter. The people in Buya have chosen who they in their heart already, who they're going to manifest on August 12th, who will be their next representative.
Thank you. Do you think he called for this fellow to stay away was going to bring any hindrance to your political party winning or losing?
Wait, this is not. I do not call this a question. I am MDR person, and you're talking about somebody that is on different political forum. But what I'm saying here is for democratic and fairness, justice to prevail. All the candidates that are being cleared legally and certified to participate in the elections have the privilege to go ahead.
One may say you are part of the MDR political party, but then you are supporting this person from your hometown. That is, you're taking family relationship over the political party affiliation that you have.
Except somebody who does not understand English grammar. But what I'm saying is plain. He also alluded to some majority of people from Yali, Blue. It doesn't matter. The people in Wuyao will elect who they are already prepared themselves to elect. Whether 15% come from Blue, 15% from Ninquia area or Wuyi area, the people who on the ground to do the election will elect who they want. So I don't see any reason for somebody to say this person should be out or that person, the number of candidates from this chiefdom will reduce. That is not what I'm not standing here for you, but I'm standing here for fairness, that everyone that have been cleared or certified by the Liberian National Election Commission should carry the election ahead. They should go ahead.
Thank you, Reverend. DK, what's up from your end? Is there any question there?
So thank you. I will call you today your real name because you are my in-law. Bloomy, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So
Bloomy is my in-law, so I will call him a real name. I'm taking a Reverend and data there, I'm parking them somewhere. So Bloomy, you said David W. Cole, who appeared here yesterday, that gave opinion about the election, was speaking on censorship. So your opinion today, how do you consider that? Because if you said democratically people should have their will, anybody can contest, whether it's 20 candidates, and David Cole to have his opinion, but you are disagreeing with opinion. How do you reconcile that?
Well, it's very simple. I'm expressing my opinion too, that by political democracy.
Thank you, gentlemen. You guys can go ahead. I said again and again that all the candidates are contesting, including Jassy and the rest of the candidates, are my personal friends. So I have nothing against all of them. I pray all of them become successful or all of them fail. Thank you.
Thank you, Shadrach. Let's welcome you, Chief.
Yeah, thank you, Junior, and welcome to Reverend Dr. Bloomy Zowa Senior Pastor.
No, yeah. Oh, Bloomy Zowa, yeah. Because I don't get Junior, I don't get Senior.
I don't not make a mistake on the screen. I'm looking at, even though I'm not that educated as you, but at least I'm listening.
Go ahead, question. You don't know, ask questions, don't you?
Yeah. So, Reverend, you rightly said democracy is people have the free will to express and with their opinion, which is that opinion not fact. And the David Cole comment and opinion is what he thinks is right, not majority adequate thoughts or the facts. He expressed that one term led our district for decades plus now. Can they get allegiance to other terms? He did not say free for y'all, but he said go mape. He said Booyah is for y'all, Booyah is for y'all, Booyah is for we, Booyah is for Bio. So we will not allow one time be leading. So let them get no way to other people. Granted. Now you as a member and registered partisan for MDR, you have the candidate in race who is Koto Kwagu. You think at this point in time, instead of marketing your products but coming in defense of people's opinion, do you think it's affecting your party candidate?
I am not coming in defense. I'm making clarification and also making my points what democracy look like. So it has no negative, it will not have any negative impact on my candidate. I must be frank with you. Most of the people in the running, I know them personally, but I respect the rights, I respect the norms of my political party, the MDR. So I stand by him, irrespective of being related to all acquaintances with all the other candidates. I got to go by what the constitution, the political party MDR says. So I'm standing by MDR, and it's not going to affect. People need to know what democracy actually is. It's not about or somebody and myself from the same town. I'm not the member of that party or the person. Some of these people you're talking about, I taught them in elementary school, and some of these people, they know me very well. They talk to me just as the way you're talking to me. But the fact here is I belong in the MDR and I must stand for MDR. But I'm making reference to what is relevant to the political atmosphere or weather of Buyao district at this moment.
All right, Reverend. So, Senator Koga was elected yesterday. Was it yesterday? 2 months ago.
It's very clear. I understand what you're saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, on the party of MTR. You, Reverend Dr. Blooming, was one of those who was supporting strongly. It's my first time seeing your face, but when I was in the war room for Koga, you often talk to me, even when those poor person was no suffering with their payment, you personally called me to intervene. Koga just been elected on MDR ticket as the senator of the party, and the party has put out a candidate. He has not come out to open the campaign or speak to the public on behalf of the party candidate. Candidate you also in support of. Do you think is that some of deception, or what methodology is that in politics?
I am not here to speak on behalf of any other person. So you can ask him his intention. But I'm here to say I'm here for MDR, and that's it.
Have you ever spoken to your candidate or your party candidate or any support in terms of helping him to win as a party member?
I have spoken to him a couple of times, and this is my area of specialization: strategy, design strategies. I'm a biblical counselor, so I know how to strategize for people to win. That's what I do.
Thank you, Shadrach.
Right.
Thank you. We need to go to our next story. We'd like to say thank you to the Reverend for being here tonight. Reverend, in your last words, what are those messages you have for the people of District 5, Nema, and Liberia at large?
So my fellow Liberians and fellow citizens of Nema County, in particular, Buyao District, I have been advocating for peace and stability before and after the by-elections. Election is just one day, but the citizens of Buyao from the 4 chiefdoms are the citizens that will remain there for permanently. So that after the by-election, all the citizens, irrespective of who wins, they should reconcile the differences and work together for peace and stability, for the development of our little chiefdom. That does matter. Whoever wins, I myself, whoever wins, my support is to help with the young people of Buyao district, the young women and young men, to govern us, to work along with that representative to get more support. School, academic, education area. That's my area there. So I want to appeal to all of them to exercise the democratic franchise peacefully. And whoever wins, that person represents all of us. We should all go behind that person and serve under that person's leadership and make sure that our Buyao district move forward progressively. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Reverend. You got to do our thing. You got to pray for us before you leave.
All right. Let us return the Father. We thank you this evening for the opportunity you have given us again to be on this forum. May your will prevail as we're about to get into the political atmosphere on August 12, 2025 for the by-election. Let your will be done in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Amen, Reverend. Thank you for being here tonight.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
So the Reverend came to clear the air, and we'd like to say thank you to him for appearing here again. I'd like to welcome to the show Siawite, Zoge, Tua, and Aloysius. You are booming. You guys are welcome to the show here this evening. Our very first discussion here today is the deal that was signed by the Liberian government today. So just to give a brief about that, the Liberian government today signed 88.6 million agreement with the World Bank to construct 100 new elementary schools across the country beginning this 2025. What do you make of this signing? Do you think our government should still be advocating for schools in Liberia with the numbers of schools we have, low maintenance, no teachers? The regular teacher salaries are low. We have schools all across the country, all across the villages. There are schools. What do you make of this? Let's hear you, Alfonso. Let's start with you on the discussion. We go to Shadrach. After that, we go to Siawete, Aloysius, and the rest of the folks. Let's welcome
Good
to the
evening
show,
to all of you.
Ordinance.
Yeah, good evening to all of you there. John, it is important. I want to say thanks and appreciation to the government for acquiring the funds for educational purpose. It's a good thing. But the issue about building 100 new elementary schools in Liberia, I believe, in my own opinion, that there's a need to modernize the existing one we have and maintain it properly than building new ones, because there are so many public schools in Liberia that are not up to standard. The only way you will maybe convince me is if you are saying all of the elementary schools in Liberia, you will close them when you build a new one. Then of course I will say, okay, no problem. But if everything will remain open and you build additional 100, I will feel it is a waste of resources, and the government will not be able to maintain those schools. The existing one are not maintained in the first place, then why build additional 100? So that we can just have all of those structure all in the community and nobody to sit there. Why it is true that some countries don't have schools and the children, I know the school building are dilapidated. It is also good that the government go there and renovate or maybe break the whole place down and make it modern and modernize them. I believe it will be a good thing. For example, in Nima County, like you are talking about the school Gile, uh, going after Mao Ifa in district number 2, you saw the school. I mean, you can go there and see the school. It's a very big school building, bigger than San Nicolas Central. But the town itself, the population of the town is 300. And the student, there's no student there. If I go there, you only get one classroom, and all the students in the rest of the other classroom empty, and they go to sheep sleeping there. Waste of resources. You go again to Bapa, Dr. Kotohu. You see the school building there. That school was to be built in Senegal or Ganta, but they placed it in that place. How many children go in there? It was a waste of resources. So we don't want for the waste of resources to continue. Even you go district 5, there are some schools that they built in the place that they have no children in it. You go the population less and the school building is big. In all of district, not only district 5 alone. So you got to be strategic in planning. Yes, I believe building schools are good, but the existing one, are they working? These are questions the government need to be asking themselves whether the existing one are okay. If they are not okay, I think it will be good that the resources be used to renovate the modernize those schools, even the how they call it, the senior high schools and all. So if you want to build new school, no problem, but you have to get rid of the older one. That's my take on this.
Thank you so much, Alfonso. Let's welcome to the show Jimmy Wogbe. Welcome to the show this evening. Shadrach, let's hear you on this. Do you think this deal was necessary?
So, you have to give me some more time on this topic. It's very important. And when I work with Ministry of Education for a decade plus before leaving, let me give you some insight on when it comes to school across the country. So we have, like Alfonso said, we have many elementary schools across the country. But how the structure looks like now, when we were mapping school across the country years back, at the time I was there, so we had school in 3 categories: makeshift, semi-concrete, and concrete. Now, some of the building called school building, when you see it, not even a school, the kids are literally sitting outside, in a very poor environment, to learn. So I believe and I know before World Bank come up with the funding and whatsoever, it was survey conducted across the country. Some of these schools you talk about, some going to be demolished and rebuilt. That's why everything comes to that number. But it doesn't mean that there's a complete new school. Yeah, they are community that are far apart. Some of the children work 1 hour, 2 hour distance to go to other school. So they're trying to close the gap or the distances between those towns. Some of the towns they are actually no populated and the school buildings are very small. They're going to be demolished, rebuilt in a modern form, according to 21st century classroom standard. Let me give you one example. When I traveled to Granku a few years back to build a solar system for the county office and other high school there, looking at school condition, you cannot mount the equipment in that building. It was definitely spoiled because it was not up to standard for that expensive equipment were coming around. So the argument was to look for funding from the government or donor to build a school to standard before we can mount this equipment in that building for a learning environment. So with a strong conviction from that background, education I conducted survey across the country, calculated exactly how many elementary school needed to at least close a gap of other distances children cover to go to school every day. So it's important to build school. I know that we need more teachers in classroom. Some of the schools they are empty, like you mentioned about Gator. Even PAE, when you're going to Bound, the high school there is very big. A big for PAE. At that time, when we were there, we proposed that our school go to Bound because Bound was a bigger town with surrounding villages that can make use of that building. But indeed, it was the donor funding. They identify that particular location for that particular building. But to me, it was the main use of that building because you don't have a number to occupy that building. If it was to be in Bound or place that can't play. So building school is not something wrong. Even most of the schools we talk about is not even a building. They're going to be demolished and rebuilt. So when they say new school, I'm not saying they just know a complete new school they're going to build. Some will be new completely, some will be demolished. They will replace some of the old structure and build new ones. So it's a key that will build a building that will represent our school standard. The children will sit in a good environment to go to school, to feel comfortable instead of sitting in a cold area, someone getting sick, whatsoever. So I support that building. Yes.
Thank you, Shadrach. I mean, that's your opinion on the show. That's your opinion. We will respect that. Let's welcome to the show Siawete Zoge Tua. Siawete, let's hear you on this issue. Do you think this 88.6 million deal between the government of Liberia and the World Bank to construct 100 new schools is necessary?
Well, thank you, Gian, and good evening to everyone on the show.
Good evening.
Pleasure again. I think from what Sajwa was saying, I would just compliment what he was saying. With data in my possession, if the data shows that World Bank, World Bank, they don't just make decisions on the basis of assumption. The decisions are based on data. I listen to Afonso, you're giving analysis of Nima and other towns and villages. If you just drive towards area of Bon County in other districts, not the ones that are in Banga. No. If you go outside, Liberia is hugely challenged of infrastructure. And I even done survey on that. In 2017, the UNESCO and World Bank report clearly shows that Liberia, the literacy rate, the population, it shows that 48.3% of Liberians are literate, while 51.7%. And I know other argument will be we don't have the instructors, or maybe they are not paying the instructors. Those are challenges that will be put under control if you have this building. Right now, if you look at the construction of the government, those school infrastructure that you see in those three counties like Margibi, Nima, and Bon, those are standards of schools. And Liberia is far behind in terms of infrastructure. So those 100 schools, I'm pretty sure that the World Bank, because before you invest into these things, there can be data collected, like I said. So Liberia is hugely challenged by infrastructure. Even in the Buyao area, most of the districts we have in Nima, they are all challenged in terms of infrastructure. So the issue of building new schools, I think, is welcoming, because once you have the infrastructure and the students are well, because based on the environment, when you are in a very good environment, Jion, you are out there, if you compare some of these schools we got in Liberia, you compare it to some of the ones you have in a rural area and what have you, get to know that we are far beyond. So a World Bank is building a school is not a normal school we just have. And you see the one in Ganta, you see the one in Kakata and Bonkante. Those are standards of school. First, the secondary, all these, those are criteria of schools. So for me, in my mind, is welcoming 100 schools, it will be a plus. What now will be the next one is the advocacy now is to get teachers, to build on that. So it's very welcoming. On that note, we encourage the government to continue. In part, once the only thing now will be the issue of keeping the building up to standard because one of the challenges we got in Liberia is after the issue is about the maintenance.
So this is why we are having this thing discussed, right? Across the country, I know fully well that there are places that doesn't have schools, but there are other places too that have standardized elementary, junior high, and senior high schools. But the issue of maintenance, like I said, the example on the Gateway Elementary School, very decent building. But how many persons attend that university? How often do even the district education officer visit that place? But I have my own say on this issue, Siawete. I will appreciate you so much. If you are finished, we'll go to Aloysius. We go.
But John, yeah, before I leave, the thing is, those statistics you guys are giving, you should also look at the ratio involved. Is it proportional to the population? Because if you compare few schools, that would be the argument.
when my time reach, you can ask me the question. I beg you can see the question.
Thank you. So yeah,
let's go to Aloysius. Aloysius, welcome to the show. Aloysius, we are not hearing you. Aloysius, are you there? Aloysius, we are not hearing you. You got to rejoin your mic again because we're not hearing you. Ellis is not there, so let's welcome Jimmy Wogbe to the show. Jimmy, welcome to the show this evening. Let's have your take on this issue.
Okay. Wait, me, I'm not there. I'm here.
But Ella, you are sticking. Okay, Ella, Jimmy, I beg you, we gotta hold you there. Ella, let's hear you on this topic.
Ella, please be honest with you for almost 2 weeks now. Please me
No,
I haven't been here for a while now.
I beg you. I don't know, Paris for a honeymoon.
Yeah. Thank you. Wait, thank you, John. Thank you. You see, the issue of building 100 schools with what? $80 million?
$88.6 million United States.
$88.6 million. But here is the thing. The World Bank have already made all their decision to build 100 schools, which is part of the educational reform that needs to happen in Liberia. But if I should be the one in that territory, first of all, the existing school should be renovated. They should renovate the existing school and also be able to train teachers, because those are things that we need that we need in Liberia. And secondly, the curriculum over there needs to be reformed as well. Building 100 school with $88.6 million. Look, they're going to land in the wrong hand again. That's Liberia right there. And those guys will corrupt that money, and we will not hear anything about school building over there when time comes. We have been left far way behind. The children over there, we are in the 21st century. People graduate from colleges, they don't even know how to turn on a computer. That's one thing. Those are things that the educational system and the people in that direction need to be thinking about. The world is moving faster, and we are way behind. A child around 2-3 years old, they have iPad in their hand. They are doing a lot of things with it. Where are our children going? What are they learning in? What would they be learning in that 100 school building? That money should be able to train teachers. Let the government, maybe with team up with other Orange or Lone Star, to build tower that will be able to carry internet in those various areas where, when teachers are over there, they will be able to connect with anywhere around the world. That our children will be able to get something to do with their life when it comes to technology. Not those things need to be to happen over there. No teacher quarter over there. Nothing. That money should be able to, do something with this kind of reform that we need in our place. But building new school, I don't think it should. Is that what we need right now? We need to renovate those school, the existing ones, train teacher, reform our curricula, and then we can move on that. If we need some more school, then of course we can build that. But again, the people already made that decision. Whatever we talk here, it's not going to make any difference.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, Ella, we are their employees. We employ them. We have the right, the constitutional right is invested in us. So whatever we say here today, it has a great impact. We can organize ourselves. We can petition the government. Now, this is not what we need. We just need majority to agree to our statement. But again, let's welcome to the show Jimmy Zoa. Ella, thank you so much. You couldn't have said better than that. I agree with your statement 100%. I would default with Shadrach. I would default with CWT, but I agree with you. Jimmy Zoa, welcome to the show. Jimmy, you are muted, Chief.
Thank you. Good evening to all of the panelists, and good evening to the great people of Booyah. Let me appreciate all of you, the BES family, once again, for affording us the opportunity to express our thought on national issues.
Oh, Jimmy, are you there?
I'm there. You getting me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let me also appreciate the government.
Wait. I want to get right. Jimmy's Lamus asking you will bet.
Sure.
Okay. Jimmy, let's hear it.
So let me appreciate all of you, the panelists and the BGF family, once again for the opportunity affording to us to express our thought on national issues. Let me also appreciate the government for the progress made so far in less than 2 years. And let me say also hi to the great people of Booyah. I think to the issue of the schools, I want to agree with previous speakers, like Brother Sadra and that of Siawete. James, Junior, even with the data, the number of schools you are talking about, there are still communities in our country that do not have access to schools. And with the whole 100 schools, if you do your data, 100 divided by 15 counties, approximately 7 or 6. It will be each county will be around 6. It is not still enough. Do we have schools that are not renovated? Yes. But those are different debates that all of us need to push. While we appreciate the government of building additional 100 schools, we should also call upon them or hold their feet to the fire so that the previous existing schools should be renovated and teachers should be paid in line with our, current day reality. And I think the issue of how many students are occupying those schools, you too on your media, on your platform, you can take your time to encourage our brothers and sisters. Because by the schools not being, filled to a capacity does not mean that all of our people are educated. No. When you check our data, we are one of the least in Africa when it comes to education. So we need to encourage our brothers and sisters who are engaged into other activities rather than education so that they will be able to go to school and make use of those opportunities. But on the overall, I think the 100 schools, we appreciate the government. It's timely and it is important for our people. We also want to caution the government, encourage them that our teachers should be trained like before, what people used to do, like the Vanjama, I think the Lofa County Training Center used to have for teachers. They need to train our teachers, pay them according to current reality of our economic system, our economic situation in our country, so that we'll have a vibrant and vibrant educational system. But I think I appreciate the government.
Thank you so much. Shadrach, Aloysius, you back. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Let me try to pack the car a little bit. Sorry. Give me 1 minute. So, yeah. It's the issue of buildings and renovating schools. I think we should appreciate the government of Liberia for that. Like some of the previous speakers, have already said, we got schools in Liberia. The question here is, do those schools, meet the standard, even in terms of building? Do they meet the standard, the national standard? Some of those schools don't meet. Some of those schools got no library. Some of those schools got no computer lab in a rural area. We live here in America, even though not comparing Liberia to America. Liberia is far away behind. But even in my little daughter, that is in kindergarten, is right now doing computer. Only preschool that do not do computer, preschoolers. But kindergarten, she just got promoted to first grade. She's doing computer. So I guess when World Bank is coming up with school projects, school buildings, they're putting all of those things into consideration. So I guess we got some standard they're trying to bring. But that is the issue. For me, I'm contemplating on building schools in Liberia. I already, started it. And there are a lot of things that are happening to our educational sector in Liberia. And those things should be addressed. Other than that, if even you build a big school and you don't have those standards, there's nothing much you're going to get. There are children or people who graduated from Liberia and moved to the United States. And then some of them, bulk of us, when we go to the program, or you want to apply for a job, and then they give you aptitude test. The aptitude test on computer is you go for 15 minutes. You should read and answer everything in 15 minutes. A typical Liberian student or Liberian graduate will go about 30 or 1 hour. We are very, very slow. Very, very slow in reading. We are very, very slow in reading. And so, at the end of the day, the aptitude that you may know it, but they can't give on you. You don't have that, you don't have that reading skill. And that's one of the reasons why I'm undertaking a school project also in Liberia. Because my emphasis
They just get to be on the elementary. At the elementary, at least from preschool to third grade, should be able to read. Then from third grade upwards, should be when you read, then you analyze. Those things we don't have those standards in Liberia. So it shouldn't just be like building schools or come up with modern equipment. We need to train our teachers. We need to train them to know exactly what they expect from these children when they go to school. What level you think they should reach when they go to school before they get promoted to different class, to the upper class. Do they meet the standard? So are you teaching up to the standard? Liberia, to be frank, we joke with education. There are people who went to school in Guinea or in Cote d'Ivoire. When they graduated from school or the high school in their country. When they enter Liberia, they go to the University of Liberia, take the University of Liberia in the cherry pass. There are people that are attending the University of Liberia today who did not go to English school in the country. They went to French school. But the English they learn in the French school when they come to Liberia, they get them qualified to enter the University of Liberia and do any English course. Right now, our schools have been teaching French, probably from 6th grade, from 7th grade. Somehow, can I say 1, 2, 3 to 50 in French? So are we doing it? Are we attaching importance to what we're doing? No. So we need a system in Liberia, not just the building. We need staff that will oversee some of those projects, some of those teaching activities. These children should be able to take tests before you can reach a certain level. That should be inner tests that is given by military education. That will go today. It got nothing to do with wax or wire or however you call it. Whether your school meet the standard, the children that you are promoting to the next class, whether they can read up to third grade level, we can carry them. If not, then there should be another in-service training. So those are the things we need in Liberia. People are not attaching importance to the education, the teaching activities in Liberia. So if the current president is attaching importance, yes, but then you got to go beyond buildings, not building. There are some teachers today in Liberia. Some of those, I just want to bring this up a little bit. Some of those people who are teaching today, they are not qualified. How? When walking, some of these people stop to 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. Some of them never went back to school. Today we see them becoming teacher. Today they went to university. How they went, we don't know. Some of these people, they are teaching, they are in a section. So what can we do to bring about new face, educational face in Liberia? So we need to do more than building structure. We need to do a lot by teaching. The first thing is to teach the staff, the teachers.
Thank you.
And then give them what you expect when you teach A, what you expect the child to get after 2 months. Those things we need that.
Thank you, Aloysius. Thank you so much for your opinion on this issue. Let's welcome to the show, Bobby Wanti. Bobby, you just coming. I would have let you to have your say on this discussion, but let me go first. I will keep you last on this. Now, why do I think that this particular deal today between the World Bank and the government of Liberia is a bluff and will not benefit the people of Liberia? I got a couple of reasons. But first, let me begin with the existing schools we have already in Liberia. Take, for example, Gomaple and Butuo. The distance between Gomaple and Butuo is not a distance. You have a school in Gomaple, you have a school in Butuo. These are two separate towns. I agree. But what are those things we have in place to maintain the schools that we are building? None. How many teachers that are on government salary? How many of those we have? How many trained professional teachers we have? I think I don't know whether we are still working with the Vision 2030, but I think we have not accomplished one of those Vision 2030. Stable electricity, stable network, good roads. None of these things have been accomplished. We got only 5 years to 2030. That's a big slap to our face, a big slap to the international community, because they're looking at us. We set a goal. But indeed, when government comes, another government will take over and it will start to do different things, not focusing on the vision. They got their own agenda, of course. But are we working in line with the Vision 2030? Now, let's take, for example, University of Liberia. See how overcrowded University of Liberia is. I think Afonso might give some detailed information about this. According to the government school standard, there should be maximum 50 students in high school classroom. Maximum 50. But I don't know whether the university is also having that same standard, but University of Liberia, for example. Now, if you get University of Liberia, and it is very overcrowded, but you got other government university in other counties, Bon County, Nima County, Lofa County, and the rest of the counties, you got government university there. This is what I think the government should be doing right now. Look at your neighboring country, Cote d'Ivoire. In Cote d'Ivoire, if you are attending government schools, you do not have your own will. Today, you might attend a school in San Nicolas. The next day, you will be attending, the next academic year, you'll be attending a school in Ganta. What we should be putting in place right now is, for example, getting the existing schools up to standard. Have a dormitory there. University of Liberia should only be used for senior and junior students, the main campus, to be specific. Now, freshmen, sophomore, the rest of the folks, you can go to the other counties, attend the university there. They are the same. They are the same professors. Now, when you enter your senior year or your junior year, you can take transfer to University of Liberia, and it should be acceptable. But unfortunately, you will be leaving from Nima University going to University of Liberia, and it will demand you to take entrance. Now, come on, man. What sense does this make? No, Shadrach, do not shake your hands. This is the reality. Do not shake your hands. I'm telling you the fact. I mean, you guys can have a say on that. Why will we have existing schools? Why will we have existing schools? Look at Gawi, for example. Now, you got neighboring towns around Gawi. All of them have schools. Why don't you just invest and build dormitory at the Gawi campus? The students that are attending in those various communities, get a bus for them, and you transport them to school. I mean, it's 10 months. Those children can be on the dormitory. After 10 months, they go back to their parents. We need to look at the way other countries are moving forward. Our curriculum is way, way behind. Way behind. It is just of recent that the government brought science and art in Liberia. Even the science and art, you are still constrained to do almost 5 subjects. In other countries, it's not like that. You focus on one thing once you enter in the 10th grade. Now, when you go into a university, you are already determined. But all of these things are not set in place in Liberia. We keep building schools. When we build it, it turns to goat sleeping place. The goats are the one learning in the school buildings. How many paid teachers we got? The volunteer teachers, you are not doing anything to put them on payroll. The World Bank is an international partner. When it comes to you, you got to make the recommendation to them, and they will look in that. And even if they are coming to you with development, you can tell them that this is good, but this is what we need right now. Let's focus this on this. You can make those recommendations to them. With all of the schools you have, why will you have a school in a city or in a district or in a town that is not far from another town? Then you go to build another school right in that town because somebody demanded for you to build the schools there. When one of these schools can accommodate the 2 towns, all you need is to put the system in place. Junior doesn't have his own way of going to school. I'm in high school. I'm attending the government school. You can take me from Nima. You send me to Lofa County. You say, this year you are attending in Lofa County. This year you are attending in this place. And let's try to focus on the vision that we have. This morning, you could have talked with the government, with World Bank, telling that this is what we need right now. We need electricity. We need internet. Now, this school you are going to build, for example, if you build a school in Broad Diala, where there is no internet, there is no electricity, how do you make it up to standard, my people? You say you want to have computers there. You do not have stable internet in that place. How do you teach the children computer? Is it a simple thing you will be teaching? Microsoft Word every day? You are not teaching in the real world? We need trade schools across the country. Liberia trade school, you can count them. The trade school owned by government in Liberia, you can count them. They are now up to 10. I bet anybody on the show to tell me the Liberian trade school is up to 10. We need trade schools. Elementary school west across the country. No teachers. We do not have. Children go to school and sit there all day. They do not have teachers. How many high schools in Liberia have Wi-Fi on the campus for the children to use? None of these things are happening. And when international partners come to you, you do not make recommendations to them. You accept to do what they want to do. Only because you are focusing your intention on 2029 or on 2020, whatever intention you have. But you are not working in the interest of the Liberian people. When you go to build a school in Mao, that you intend to carry 10 teachers there, Afonso live with the entire family in San Nicole. Afonso is a government teacher. If you send Afonso to Mao, do you have a teacher quarter that Afonso will stay? We got to focus our mindset on these things. But I believe there are a lot of elementary and junior, senior high schools in Liberia that are not even maintained. We're talking about up to standard. How do we bring up to standard when we do not have the basic facilities? You carry up to standard school in my hometown, Nyobutu, when the network there is not stable. In Butu, when the network there is not stable, you want to have a digital library because these are the standards we need. I will hold my breath on this. Let me welcome to the show Bobby Wanty. Bobby, welcome. Let's have you. Bobby, you are muted.
Yeah, thank you, Dion. Good evening to everyone. Good morning from my side. Good evening to my comrade.
You see how you cool?
Man, it's
say no.
It's very, very freezing here. Like I said, good evening to my comrade Shedra. Shedra and I worked together a few months ago, you know.
Yeah.
I think you were talking and then Shedra was shaking your hand or lifting your hand. You wanted to give him time so he can clarify that before yeah.
I know Shadrach is a UP.
Thank you, Bobby.
You not agree with me. Shadrach, let me hear you.
Thank you. Please give me time. Like I said, education is my area. Let me provide some information that maybe you may not know. One, I remain with my statement that we need schools. Most of the schools you'll be hearing, they are not up to standard. When they up to standard, it doesn't mean just computer lab, SYZ. Even the structural asset, the building asset, we need schools. One, somebody talk about internet, we should divert money to internet whatsoever and forget about building schools whatsoever. Let me tell you, every donut funding, it get its budget line and purpose in which they do not get the money for. Before they do that, there is research being conducted across the country. I said it to at a donor.
Shadrach, I come in 1 minute. Do you know that the statistics that were collected in 2014?
John, let him lay it up.
I come in. The statistics that were collected in 2014 shows that we have 4,038 schools in Liberia.
Do you know that? Do you know the land and breadth of your country? How many countries have you traveled? But yeah, I have traveled all the countries. Every time, major towns in Liberia, I travel all. From 2009 to 2020, I went with education. I traveled every country in this country. When I was building asset infrastructure for all the county offices, and even from the schools that you're talking about, I know from corner A to corner B of Liberia. I live my life in car from county to county. I'm telling you, even don't forget about Nema County. Go to Southeast. Sometimes trying to walk 3-4 hours before you see one school. So if you know the country, the condition, the situation that you are traveling, you understand what I'm saying, you will embrace that funding for that purpose.
That's why I made my recommendation, right? For example, you have dormitory on the campuses. Now, you paying the school fees, you paying the instructors, you're doing everything. Why can't you just tell the parents, put the system in place that every academic year, these children will be transported on their campus, they will spend the 10 months. After the 10 months, they will come for the 2 or 1 month break. And after that, your names are shortlisted to another school. Simple as it is.
So
this is different from what we discussed.
It's a different debate.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm relating it that way. We'll sleep here because if I want to get you step analysis, we'll sleep.
No, we need to understand this thing. We need to understand it because for me, I'm not getting it. Why do we have schools, but there are no system in place? I agree with your point that these schools will be standardized, but how do you carry standardized school in Gladiala when the place there is no internet, there is no electricity, there is no how do you intend to carry standardized school to such a place? Shadrach, like, I want to give you the chance. Go ahead. You are muted. Shadrach, you are muted, Shadrach.
You know, please give me a chance. I mean, all up will speak, and you the host, you will conclude. Give me a chance.
All right. Okay, I give you
talk about internet. I work with Liberia Telecommunications Authority as anti-fraud enforcement officer. Yesterday, it was a confirmation hearing of the 5 commissioners being nominated by the president. Now, these are some of the things that we have on board, and it been happening. But because of the PAC government did not consider as priority, it was stuck somewhere. We have what we call the universal asset. The universal asset was designed to carry internet facility to underserved community. For example, in Butuo, Nima, Alokore, Kalokien, Riwaji. So places that are being abandoned because of service provider, MNOs, mobile network no operators. They have refused to carry service to Butuo because of population algorithm. How many people in Butuo who will pay for 4G? How many people in Butuo who will pay for services constantly that the MNOs will build a tower over there to pay thousands of US only, but they're not getting the return. They said they will not go there because we have no population. So what we can do as a government from Telecommunication Authority, we have decided the funding from we take tower to Butuo and build it there. When we build it from government funding, we ask the operators, you know what, please take your BTS or whatsoever to Butuo because we need it for our citizens. So in our way, it covers the cost of the operator. Then Butuo got internet access. As I speak, we have a Kenya in the country to build almost everywhere in the villages to get access to internet access to citizens across Liberia, especially underserved community. So that internet aspect there.
I want to ask you a question. You will learn, please. I don't want to forget about this. You work with Liberia Telecommunication Authority.
Yes.
Correct. How many homes in Liberia have access to Wi-Fi?
Is it how many homes?
How many residential?
No, but this Jim is deviating from the topic.
No, I want to understand something. I beg you.
I will answer you. Give me a chance. Answer my brother. I'm not estimating. I'm not thinking, but I know what I'm saying. I will tell you, approximately across the country, we have 2.5 million people have access to internet actively, according to my database. I monitor calls in and out of this country. It's my function. Anything else?
You didn't answer my question. We
got question.
Yeah, we got the internet. I agree. The calls are coming in. How many residential places in Liberia have access to Wi-Fi?
So when I talk about the you are not justice because in Liberia you have a residential map that we will try to say horse A, horse B is connected.
You see? Now you already answered my question. Thank you. You already answered. That's why that was my argument.
We do a subscribers. Even in one house, there are 5 people who get internet access. They have access to phone.
That was my point tonight, right? That's my point. When donors are coming in a country, we make the recommendations to them. They bring the suggestion to us, we accept or we decline.
No.
So my point is, we got things to focus on.
I default. Let me answer. Let me clarify. I default first. Before donors come with their funding in the first place, the global feasibility study. They come in the country, they work with the requisite institution and conduct research and know the needs of the people. Money.
Shadrach, we're saying the same thing. When they come to us, we have our own database. They will go to do their own background investigation or research to know whether this is true or not. So we can make the recommendation to them that this is what we need. This is our top priority for now. Can you please focus the money on this one and leave this? Because this is what we really need for now. Do you really need 100
So
new
what do you think is
schools
very important more than Benin schools? Tell me one. What do you think is important more than Benin school that the money was allotted for? What do you think is actually important than Benin school in the community that they are being identified to be a school for? That they need
Now,
one.
good. Stable, very, very stable internet.
Stable
It's
internet
not
is
a-
not a responsibility of education. I come in.
No, wait now.
Internet, no.
Wait, I beg you, let me ask you a
Let me-
question.
That's in the other now.
Can I come in? Can I come in?
No, I beg, y'all leave me a shout out tonight. Y'all leave us.
Junior,
Shadrach, let me lay the
Junior,
basis. You ask me a
Junior.
question. Let me lay the basis, Shadrach, please. Let me lay my basis. I told you stable, very stable internet. Why do I
agree.
think that we need very stable internet? Now, for
Yes.
example, if you do not have a school in this place and you got very stable internet, you don't need to suffer yourself. We said we want to go to one standard, right? Create an e-learning platform. Create an e-learning platform. Once you have a stable internet, you got even one teacher, he can teach over thousands of students.
Okay, Junior,
Over
let me
thousands of
ask you.
students.
So, Junior, let me ask you. You say nothing and you said in Rwanda, got a little opportunity, been privileged to go to Rwanda and sit there and feel that everyone will know, get that idea you have. Let me ask you, your 100 teachers across the country, how many percent of teachers are educated, computer literate, that they can use, they can do, or distance teaching, as you said?
I mean, Shadrach, you keep falling into me. This is my recommendation. We do not really need schools right now. We need our focus to be given to these things. Our teachers are not even computer literate. Why can't we focus on that?
So the process is a very standard and good classroom that the infrastructure, ICT infrastructure, it will go in that place to be safe. Why you get please let me learn. All people do is they listen to all. This is everybody listen to all. Let me learn, please. You talk about all these things there. Why you get a critical call schools? Some of them are not structured. Like you can even put computer lab. Who mans it? They are not open classroom. They talk about classroom they will build to be a well standard sealed that when they put the infrastructure there, it will be safe. That people not broken right to take it from there. So let me ask you, the school in Butuo, can you put computer lab there? Who man it? Is that open? They're not classroom there. We talk about 21st century classroom where when students coming out, they will like it. It will be secure. My brother will need schools.
Shadrach, let me finish with this and I go to Bobby. Yeah, Bobby, please, 1 minute. My point here tonight is we do not need new schools. We need the existing ones to be rehabilitated so that the things that we need can go there. My little cousin died recently, last month, from bomb, explosive, in Sanikole. He found it on his campus and he took it home where all of my family were. And then he carried that thing, he put it in a book bag, that bomb, he put it in his book bag. Unfortunately, he didn't play with it in the class, but when he went home, how he took that thing, good. That was my cousin. He lived with my parents in Liberia. That boy mistakenly went behind in his room. And then He tried to connect that thing. He was taking it to be like a magnet. He tried to play with it, and unfortunately, he removed the pin, and it exploded. Why did I bring this story up? We have the system, we have the schools already, but there are no maintenance. Even the janitors we got on the campuses, they are not being paid. If you build a standardized school, you need people to take care of it. Focus your attention right now. Get the teachers, make them to learn the computer, get the janitors, get all of the technical staff that will take care of these things. Then you can carry it there. But you do not have these things in place.
Okay, John, so the because of that, I will give my brother chance to speak, my brother to speak. Gentlemen, some of your doubt that you made statement that I know when somebody coming from Nima, no university, they can take interview to university like that one is not true. I have no witnesses. Children who are come from Nima University just transferred to University of Liberia and accepted and they are there. One is I call it Peter Wedon. Emmanuel Wedon, they from Yao play. He was that school something for it. You took transfer. They never asked you to take entrance. The reason they open the reason they open the locality is to enhance before the Liberia out of the branch in the country so that not everybody will come from the country come to before the Liberia because they're getting overcrowded. So that's no.
Okay, I agree with you on that.
Okay.
Will you agree with me that it is better that these universities in the counties being used for freshmen, sophomore, like the way it is done in Ivory Coast, where students are transferred from one school to another every academic year? That would decrease the population.
I will not agree. It's not possible.
Okay, thank you. Bobby, let's hear you. Bobby, you are muted.
All right, yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. I think I brought a whole Uru Balu by giving my time to you guys. I believe you both are saying the same thing, but the understanding is quite different.
Mm-hmm.
When I joined the show earlier, I heard Shadrach saying, my very learned colleague Shadrach saying, the school 16, the new school that they're about to build or that the government is building now, they're not going to build a new school in all the country, like new building from scratch. There are some going to be a renovation from the established school that there already. So it's the same thing you, John, are saying. The one we have already, let's pull it into use. Let's make it out of something better. But what I have to throw in for this school issue is, I believe we need those schools. I believe the government is on the right path of building new schools or renovating those old schools we have to something better. Like the schools that we have right now that we call in the school. You was in Liberia, you was in Liberia. Everyone out there will know much about Liberia. The building we have that we call it a school, it is not a school. The problem, the crisis we have is a system. How can you go to a few months ago, I drove through the whole of Nimba. If you get to some other area that have the more population, that will have about 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 people. You see a pantage or a 3-bedroom, not even a room. You see the little tiny place, they say it's a school. But you get to the village that only have 800 people. Then they build 10 bedrooms there. They say it's a school. You have to calculate where and when those things are going. But if you look at the school that coming or the school that was dedicated or that were open recently in Nimba, on county, and other counties, those areas you can stay, and we the Liberia, outside of Liberia, we can boast of it that yes, we're having a system in place, we're having a school. Those schools, you can be brave and put in a computer, you can put in, man, look at this age, at this DNA, at this time, our teachers are still writing with crayon on board. Some blackboard is cut into pieces, it's half of it on the other side, half of it on the other side. But where we have to get a building like that building, where we will have a 3D, We will have something hanging up that will point straight on the wall, that will project something projector that will tell our students that when we say there's 50 students in one class, it will be 50, not more than 50. Like the teachers we're talking about, how do we make those teachers to understand? We have a teacher, right in our own town there. I'm from your Butu as well, your their play / Dame play. The teachers we have in those 3 towns are called Nyo Butu, Nyo Their Play / Dame Play. Those teachers are there. Are the same people that went to school with me there that even they stopped in Navre, and then when I left, I went to Ganta, Morovia before coming here. How can a Navre student teach a 6th grade? Do you think that person going to take in? No.
And you see,
so
I think
I believe,
thing,
yeah,
right?
I believe the school are coming up. Let's applaud the government for it, but let the system be the system. Because when you have education minister having his own school, if you have the minister of health having 2-3 clinics, then it doesn't work like that.
Mm-hmm. You see, there where I differ with you guys a little bit, that the new school should be constructed. For me, I'm saying that our mindset should be on developing those people that are actually ahead of maintaining the school. Now, you yourself, you just said it. It is true. According to the government new policies, for someone to teach a high school, you should either be a B certificate or an AA person. For you to teach AA, you should be a BSc holder. For you to teach a BSc, you should be at least master holder. Now, in our setting there, I don't want to limit it to let's say 9th grade. Many of them have maybe high school certificate. They just graduated from high school. Many of them. Why can you invest this? Like, for example, if you carry those schools there, you will need somebody who is computer literate. Shadrach alone cannot do everything. So I think we should firstly develop the maintenance first before bringing about these things. So if you carry the school in Butu and you not get somebody to maintain it, the equipment will be there, will be dusty. No news will be for it because you get nobody that know about the equipment. So I'm saying that if these donors are coming in, we do not have a lot of donors. If somebody are coming in, let's make these recommendations to them. Let's tell them that this is what we need for now. You can have a swift 6 month intensive training for computer. How will you, when you carry projector in Liberia, you carry projector to all of the high schools and you do not have someone to operate the projector, then are you doing good for the people? If you carry a standardized high school in blow down play, then do you think you are doing good for the people when the people themselves there don't know how to operate a standardized high school? We got good schools in Liberia. That's what I was saying. These places,
Jim, I agree with you, Jim. I agree with you. But like I said, you, me, Shadra, everybody on this show are saying the same thing, but we saying it, the understanding now is a problem. From what you saying, D-Way over there, and one other guy that used to be on this show from Tapetan called Chris, they knows we was in a meeting. I went for the meeting. I went for to lobby for Liberia. So at some point, like what Shadra was saying, the donors are coming with this funding. They have a goal, they have a criteria set already in their minds. It's something that they cannot deviate from. So we put in for this, and then they bring their plan. Okay, we say, oh yeah, this is very good for us, but at this time, this thing, it cannot work over there because where we come from, we live there, we know this and this and this will not work. When we do it that way, this way will work. And they say to us, yeah, it will not work or it's not working because this system is not there. If we put it there, we have to look after it, we have to take care of it. Let's assume with this school. Like the schools you're talking about, you talk about internet, you talk about computer. You know, if they take a computer, let's assume they take about $500,000 computer in Butu to set up that system in Butu, in that building, it would not work. Number one, the school building in Butu, the classroom in Butu, that place is very cool for computer to sleep there till for 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 months. For computer to be in an area It has to be something that have 24-hour current, that have to be monitored, that people have to go there in the night, go there in the day. But you just take it, you put it there because you want to have computer there, it will not work. So you have to get the structure first. When the structure is there, then you put the things there. Then you carry the requisite people that knows about this thing. Let's assume we have 500 computers in Butuo, and nobody there to work on it. You go to Monrovia, you ask my brother Shadrach. You say, Shadrach, we want you to go to Butuo, we have 500 computers there. How Shadrach going to use a 500 computer? That's why we found it very difficult for us to get qualified teachers then to the very or the rural area. So you have to make those places conducive to the people that will go there. This guy live in Monrovia, he have internet, he have 24-hour current. But you taking him to carry him to that place that have no current. So he think about all these things. But when we agree and the government set the rules and we follow it, everything will be better. Since the government has come out to say, okay, we will do this alongside with those people. But I agree with you in a sense, if you coming up with those decisions, be firm and strong on your standing point on your decision. Like you said, a student from Ganta or from Senegal, if they go into Monrovia, those things we live in Africa. If you have a school system in Africa, if you're leaving from Zouawé to go to Tanane, it's the same school system. They don't ask you for any other document because it's a transfer. But if you're leaving from Senegal, I think Shadrach clarified that one. But if you're leaving from Senegal to go to Monrovia, which is the same government school system, then you ask me to sit for interest. So what happened to the one I did in Senegal? But again, Shadrach clarified it. Let's move on to another topic. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Shadrach and myself, tonight was a good one between us. I like it. Shadrach, I'm a law student. I don't back off from this kind of conversation. Eda, they said you in Paris right now having your honeymoon. I don't know. But how you
small thing now, the honeymoon that I want to be on it.
So you will send me something because on honeymoon I'm spending money. I need some money.
Efanso, let's hear you before we close.
No, hold on, man. What's that talk? Can I talk again?
Yeah. Okay, toss Martin.
Yeah. You see, I just listened to the brother about computer being cool and not being workable. How you think these people play we are? How you think it's working for them? Somebody had to start it. We cannot continue to say, oh, because this thing cannot work, therefore we will not do it. We need to start the process. Yeah, we need to start those process. We cannot rely on maybe on other people to do it for us. If we cannot start it, it will not work. And one thing I think I need to talk on here is the issue of people high school graduate taking entrance at colleges or at LU, and then they say, oh, the children fail, the person failed the entry, he can't go. They should even change our name from entrance to placement. And the reason is, if you give the child English, math, if he score a grade, he goes there and meet up with his counselor, and then they place him to where he belongs. Instead of say, oh, the person failed, he had to wait for another year to take an entrance. And every time he wait, time is running out.
You see, thank you, Eda. That's another good point of discussion that we can have here. Students will take WAS in Liberia. They will pass in 5 subjects, which is say they are the basic subject is supposed to pass in. Then they will go to university. They will demand them to take another exam before they can get access.
And when they fail,
this makes sense for me.
When they fail, that means they got to wait again for another time.
I said this thing before. I said it before that it is a means for schools to raise money. It was not anything proper. It was just a means for school to raise money. And I don't know whether you got any contrary view to this. You can have it, and I will go to the next discussion. Why is it that people graduate in Liberia? The government say you should at least pass 5 subjects break and go to university, and you pass a 5 subject, you go again and they demand you to take entrance. I have not seen it in other places. Even where I went to school here, I didn't take anything like entrance. No.
It took
I
plenty
just
tests.
provided my grades, and when I provided my grades, my counselor told me that, okay, you are good to do this, you are good to do that. So you got to choose between those things. How many
Right.
high schools in Nigeria that got career counselor? None. Just few. If I'm correct, few. And Efanso, let's hear you. You've been in the classroom. Do you think it is necessary for students to pass in WAS as the school, I mean, the Ministry of Education mandated, and then go to the university again to take another exam? We got the drugs issue to discuss. Let's have this for like 5 minutes.
Thank you, John. It's good that government brings schools or build school. You know, the building itself is not school until every requirements are met before you can call it school, because they will have trained teachers, they will have, good facilities in there, the chairs, the chalkboard, and all of basic, necessity that make us school. That's why you call it school. So in Liberia, we got few schools, but not all the buildings we got are schools. When it comes to the issue of student, taking tests, maybe wax, passing, and going to a school or university and asking them to take entrance before they enter. The very first thing, our education system is not trustworthy in the country.
Yep.
That's the first thing we all look at. The education system is not trustworthy. I must be honest. When I was going to school, in fact, when I was taking wire, but I didn't take WAS, I was out to wire in 2009. I remember all male deploy soldier to guard us, so that you can't turn your neck here and there or disturb the hall. So one way or the other, it was intimidation, but it was a challenging moment for us, and we did a test. What am I saying? Now a day when you taking tests, instead of the teachers or would be professor being, being very much systematic, telling you do the right thing, the one for their school need to go. The first thing is they allocate the paper for you. And we do your test for you as a student. And after they are done your test, because they want their school need to come up. So yeah, we pull out 300 students, we pull out 400 students. These are things people want to hear. Then parents start sending their children there, sending their children. So because people are not trustworthy in our educational setting, each time you graduate from one end, you go into the next stage, they will tell you to take entrance to test your ability. For me personally, I feel if you are a government school, if you're coming from the other government school to the other one, you need no entrance. But because of the system we found ourselves in, you have to take entrance. Then for me, somebody came from the John Wesley Pearson and were coming to San Nicolas Central at the time when they put me on the entrance committee. I told him to take entrance, and he brought all his documents. He said, "No, I don't have to take entrance. You want to preach law?" I said, "You just have to take the entrance." The very first thing, many of you can just go to the cafe, the computer, shop, and just make document and come and say, "I came from this school." So I will not trust you until you take the entrance. He said, "You will not take the entrance because you don't have the fee." I said, "Okay, since that's the case, take the entrance. You will take it free, no money. I want to see your output." And when he took the test, he did not even score the grade I was expecting. He writing comprehension was low, the writing was poor. Then I look at and say, the class you want to go in, this is your output. You not deserve it. Then he left, he went to another school and they accepted him in that class. So I'm telling you, our education system is not trustworthy. People always want to do things and just go ahead doing it continuously without checking. The parents themselves have the problem, while the teachers too are the problem in the schools. These are things people making school now as a business.
Thank you. System. We still draw back to the same thing. System. Shadrach, let's hear you.
Yeah, so let me agree with my brother, and not because he must say, oh, on the same side, but when the reality no shows, we should agree to it. So myself, I've been against somebody coming from taking wise and pass and go to university, like I say, you should take entrance. I have some problem with it too. But again, like my brother rightly said, we don't have a 12 justice system in our education setting. Students will leave if they go to school, school A and fail there, they want to go to school B and take different class. And some of the time they go to water center, they prefer their own grade sheet. They take it to school B until 11th grade, while they are already fail in 10th grade in school A. So these are things that people are not really comfortable with. Some of them come and enter straight. Okay, thing, you brought grade sheet or report cards and they got on the far average whatsoever they enter. Sometimes people gotta protect their school integrity because going to a school, even university, I say, what will you bring to the school? You should be an asset to that particular institution when you graduate. To be a scholar for that school, to carry that school name, your output, your way of speaking, your way of writing. Because let me tell you, Junior, education got two major components. If you can't talk, like someone who can't talk, be able to write. So the speaker will translate your writing into speaking. If you can't speak, be able to just do one or two. You can't speak, write. You can't write, speak. So there are two major components. When you don't have any, don't go to school. Just go to trade school or do your business. Not that you go to school. But you can't write, you can't speak. What do you go to school for? You have no ability.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shadrach. Siawete, let's hear you.
Thank you. I think the previous speaker has said it all. Our educational system, it needs total reform. For me, everyone will appreciate once you come from school, you enroll at the university. In many countries now, that's what they do. In Liberia, get to know that our system still need a reform. Some of those reasons that Alfonso gave there, just imagine. Liberia is still vulnerable in terms of technology. Like the people was saying, Bobby, but right once you're leaving from Senikole, if you leave from Senikole this year and move to this side, your record should be in a system. People will just move to Morovia. Once they get to how they call a war trade, my brother, we went through a lot.
Shadrach, I beg you and I'm cutting you all right. This particular decision, it will take up, this particular discussion, I want us to take it back to the previous one. Liberia itself does not have money. All the money we can get to do development and everything, half of it comes from donors. This is what I was saying previously. The whole system need to be,
But that's still to the current conversation now.
No, because you went to system. That's why I want to carry you back there.
The reality got to set in place. One thing, listen, Jim, one thing you need to understand is this. One thing you need to understand, I don't want us to digress to where we have come from. Listen to me.
Okay, let's go in from.
Okay, listen. That issue, if we start to discuss it, it will be another long debate right now. That's why I just sat quietly and listen to you and Sadra, right? So let's leave the other debate. Currently, the first thing, the reason for me and support the entrance or the placement exam, whatsoever you may call it, is the essence of, I think we look at the academic readiness. That is very, very important, like a Fanso Gay example. Because, you cannot be going to a tertiary institution that your ability are not being tested. Man, people fraud degree, high school document in our country, right? So you have to prove yourself. I went to school in East Africa and you are in East Africa. You doing exam, camera is directly on you. Once you finish, you leave your paper there, come and pick it up. So there are systems. So those are systems that we still need in our academic, circle. The next thing is admission management. Man, if you just tell somebody, you just like the admission management, right? It helps university to manage the enrollment with the capacity limit. Just local University of Liberia. But then you only have one university, which is University of Liberia. If you don't enter the University of Liberia, then you are not going to school. Some of us went to the private school. We also did entrance, but they will give entrance to over 30,000 human beings. You know how many persons will pass? If you allow the entire 30,000 persons to go there, and for me, I support it because it's also there to scrutinize students. Every one of us, like the big brother said, we are talking the same thing, but our ideas are just, on parallel because of how, we need to improve the system. I want you, when you come from East Africa, the knowledge you bring from East Africa to also indoctrinate into our educational sojourn. Like the people are sitting and Sadra and other people, everybody put hands together. Because if we don't, all these things, we saying it. We should not build new school, we should build new school, but you are going to, if you leave, the reason you left from Liberia to go out, you saw other things that were not going right. Say, oh yeah, I got to transition. So for me, in my mind, the entrance or placement exam is very important to scrutinize students. If we don't have the referral infrastructure, all these things will not happen. Because if the infrastructure is there, it will accommodate a lot of things. You don't have the infrastructure, how do you accommodate a lot of students? So those are reasons. So for me, I fully support the placement exam to get. And also a quality control is important.
Thank you.
Very,
Thank you
very
so
important.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's hear you, Bobby Wanty.
Yeah, with the entrance, I believe is where we found ourselves. It's the 16. Brother, if you come from, I always say Nimba because it's there where I'm from. I love that country so much. If you come from Nimba and you go to Moserado without taking entrance, Peking John sitting there, he just set an example. Other people in Nimba will fight with their last blood. Their parents will sell their cattle, they will sell bread, they will work for 19 hours to leave from Senenkole to go to Blode, to go and get rest and get a goat to come and sell. They fight to the last blood just for them to make it in Senenkole so they can be able to go to Monrovia. But the gentleman sitting in Monrovia, he plays football every day. He leave from, he say he go to school, he don't go. Why? Because he's depending on Broad Street, the World Trade Center. At the end of the year, he will go and get people from there. But this guy that fought for this thing, he will never get that paper. In Liberia, we all saying the same thing. It's a system. People don't give you job by your qualification. It's not what you know, but who you know. We all here are being a victim. There are some people that even Shadrach sitting down there. Yeah, we understand Shadrach is working with one or two for now. But what happened 10, 15 years ago? There are people that Shadrach went to school with. That Shadrach does a school, or they used to ask Shadrach, my man, what's the answer for number 5? But those people get job before him.
Yes.
So it's a system, we blame the system. But like I always say, if we see a mature government coming out now to start fighting the system or to put a system in place, let's encourage them, let them do more, and tell them the fault that we have gone through before so they can start working on it to make it better.
Thank you so much, Bobby. Thank you very, very much. Let's welcome to the show B. Mark Bleon, defeated senatorial candidate, former county inspector of Nima County. Mark,
you thought
Well, they may not defeat that candidate, man.
The hardest politician now in Nimala, everyone want him to join our party.
Oh, wow.
Musa get you already.
You blogger now, the Musa Birere.
The boy want to take me from Musa Bawi.
Jeremiah Musa stole you from him, so this one had to do the dialogue.
You can't buy home with our brother. He's a very good.
Maolung, man, Maolung.
Mark, are you there?
You see, in the dark because I honor arrest. And you know the government that arrest government.
Yeah, so Mark, this thing of entrance examination to
Even do
schools
your
like that
government, we need have current.
and going to
Thank
university.
you.
John, I'm begging
Again,
when people are not speaking, let them mute, please. To not interrupt
again,
the others.
don't mind me. Again, I want to say hello to all of you. Sorry for me coming late because I had to rush to go to Moreover today to receive Musa and just arriving in Ganto. So that's why I'm coming so late. But like I sat patiently and listening to all of you. I think there's a need for placement as then. Even at the level of the university today, we go to school, we're not satisfied. And some of us are seeing reason why some of those guys are leaving from this country to go and build other people's economy. It's because the way people school here. We are in school that Nima University is about to put out her first graduates from the BSc program. And most of whom their names are coming are people who already working in Monrovia. We are never seeing it on campus before. I entered at the end of 2020 in December. We just spent 2 weeks and we went for the Christmas break. And we have been there all through. This is my 7th semester in school. And those who want to graduate, we didn't see them on campus a day. And they will be coming out to join ranks with all that
I don't want to
campus
do,
today.
Mr. Host, I don't want to do injustice here. Mark says something I want to ask you so you can clarify. I didn't hear it clear. Are you saying those guys are about to graduate with BSc? They are all in Monrovia. You are not seeing them on campus?
No, now what I say some of those guys who are coming to join ranks with others to graduate, the names that we are hearing, some are people who even working currently in Monrovia and they are not being on campus. So with that, some of those things are being done from the high school level, like Mr. Tua was saying. Squarely, we need to get entrance or entrances before people can enter school. That tests the ability of people who come in all with their high school diplomas and certificates. As we speak, people are correcting the paper right here on Cordington campus now for the wax. And all are navigating their way for their names to come up. Institutions are fighting school hardy. There are some schools in Liberia, every time they go for the wax, all their students can pass. Are you kidding me? You tell me, say there's no way that one of those students in the school is an underdog person? We should believe it so. And we show to you that you said with a younger one, I graduated in 1998 with the average of 90.6 from Messiah Christian Academy.
Smart man.
June 13. And I've been all through with my late hustle, going to Bologna, coming back. And we decided to take the advantage to go to school at the end of 2020. I graduated at the age of 17 from high school. Now I'm in my 40. Children who are in 22 still spying on me at the level of the university. Still asking us why we supposed to be asking them. We are busy moving here and there. I used to go, probably when I'm going with my note. When I'm there, I'm studying. We come for tests. They will be asking us, younger ones. So if the man who graduated, the history teacher can help him to make him pass, the geography teacher can help him to make him pass, the math teacher can help him to make him pass, and at the level of the wax, he can make a contact there and also pass. The slogan the children got nowadays, not why you know, but who you know. So based on that, some of them are saying, you will learn all your boy, you get all your degree, when you not get contact, you will not get job. I got someone in the system, the person can help me out. So that those of you who are going away to acquire education, whenever God helps and the opportunity is given to you here, so that you can be able to serve. The system you got put it in place. The nurse in Liberia, it's just about 2 or 3 days and it ceases. you bring in sitting at people feet you hold in them with high hand. They go in a bar when the man say, and the elder call the leader asking, your father be all with this, and why you gonna be all? The man say, me, I'll be all with Scorpio. And everyone here and they started going their way. Me, the man, I can't do hold her. So I must commend the government on some of the key issues that are ongoing. With the issue of even the 100 schools that are being signed today. Let's divide 90 million by 100 and know how much each school is about to carry. Are you telling me the elementary schools are someone coming to bid, maybe they went bid 6 or 7 classrooms, one will be auditorium, and the 6 be for the school? Are you telling me the money they're discussing and the money they come in use?
Mark, that Stena school, you seen the school that is in Ganta currently?
The school was condemned. The school that is in Ganta currently was condemned. Just a few days ago by the assistant minister for rural education. He came here, he condemned me. No one thought it was still going to be dedicated. But the fact that the construction was done, it was accepted. So what we are saying to you is, some of those places.
Can Mike clarify to us, because we are not there, or we don't follow the way he understands. Mike, sorry, when you say the school was condemned, what you mean?
When the minister came, because in the ministry, you will get assistant deputy minister and some of those ministries, those operational persons in the ministry, sometimes are the assistant minister for operation, some are the deputy minister for administration. They can function on most of the key issues. When he came, he appreciated the workers for the effort they apply, but he condemned the way the structure some were built and the pin that was used on the structure, because the government of Liberia does not have different color to be used on the infrastructure that is here. That you see every time you see the government having a clinic that is funded by the government or even by partners, is always blue and white. So the people say every government school that has been built here, the down part should carry maroon and the upper part should carry white. So that have been built. So to put Angola flag color in it, where you get black, you get red, you get green, you get yellow, he condemned that. And he turned his back, and the person who was constructing the building, the head of the company, had to follow him to go to Monrovia. Nothing was changed, and the delegation was done day before yesterday. So these are things that we are looking at. So if you have come to enter any higher institution of learning, let it test your ability before you enter. Because the teacher could pass you in all the subjects. And then you go at the level of the wax, you navigate your way, and someone drive you through and you pass. So in order to start there, let's do that. I know some of you are learning your graduate school your graduate degree from other schools in other countries. They are follow Guinea, because most often I used to make my businesses in Guinea, Mali, Nigeria, and some Ivory Coast, Togo, and other places. Why I follow there in Ghana and other places? When you qualify in the institution from the government, I will graduate you. It means the government will even help you with your school fee at the level of the university for your honor graduate. And then from there you doing your graduate program again, it will also help you. From there they employ you. Because while you're working, they will send you to go for inventory to other places. So that the way you will present yourself there, the institution will also take you and employ you. So by the time you graduate, you're going there to work for the people. So in our business program in recent day, when we took the stage to make a remark before doing our donation, we asked our demo students to also do that for us. And most of those business people that are in Nimba and even in Bonkante, they should be able to get on their feet and go and make contact. Some of the children who learn accounting, those who do management, you should also send them to those places to go and sit down with the people and do that internship. And so now at the bank, so now in government facility, those who's doing public administration, you also send in there.
Thank you, Mark.
Learn the administrative aspect. So it was accepted, and the school by next semester they will be working on that. They'll be sending most of the children in the fee before we can go for final. So
thank you.
I agree with whosoever I said on the platform because I came late that the entrance is necessary. We all had to agree that the entrance be necessary until the system that is gradually coming to Liberia. If even this government, the leader will go tomorrow. Anybody that will come and be given the opportunity by the Liberian people to serve, the 14 that have started today, they should follow it so that we ourselves, we can't just consider the land as a land of slavery. Because anything you tell say, you know that place, they just dump the free slave there, so you not expect any good thing to come from out of Liberia. And the places in Liberia, you know the diamond mine where people go and extract wealth and go back to their home. So at least we need to gradually be putting system in place. Look at Rwanda today. The war they had, it was more dirty than you and myself our war. But today we're building that economy through education. So I accept that we go for entrance before we enter any institution of learning, be it higher or primary or any other institution for that matter.
Thank you. You see, this thing here, we limiting it to Liberia. The national, let's say the regional exam that is taken, WAS, is given in Guinea, in Nigeria, in Liberia, is given to those places. If a student is leaving from Liberia to go to Ghana to attend, that person is not taking entrance because the person has done with the WAS and you pass the WAS. So once you go in Ghana, you will not take the entrance. You will just give the necessary document that you need to get to the university, then you enroll. But while in Liberia, we're making this compulsory. And this thing has even deprived some people from going to school. It has deprived some people from going to school. If you don't know this, you give a regional exam.
Yeah, John. Before other people come in, they understand certain things. All of those guys sitting on the platform, some of them have traveled to go to other countries. The seriousness that international student is applying, the seriousness that international student is applying to obtain the degree, so that when he or she should have come back to this country, they shouldn't become a disgrace to themselves first, second to their family, and third to the institution. It's not been done here. Only you and myself, I will watch. The system here is always been on a man. There are people here who can even fail in school. That you will know you and the person who are in class, the person fail in certain course. At the end time, you will never see that person repeating that course until the both of you can graduate together. Take for instance, you go look at the person progress report. Because at the end of the day, nobody looking at the progress report, everybody here running for the degree. But you look at our progress report from first semester up to the 8th semester, the person will not have that F being reflected in our progress report. It will not be done. So other countries that you're looking at, they are systematic. So long you came from here, the people accept the truth of you, but they're not going to critique you to know where you are. But the lesson presentation and your acceptance to the lesson, the way you will capture the lesson will make you to stay. The way you will capture it too, it will make you to run away and come back. There are so many persons who are traveled for education and came back right here. When you ask them, they get different story to explain.
Yeah, I believe we are still on this one topic. There was a very important topic, which was the drug issue, and we are never touched at all.
I beg you guys, I beg you. I know we all saying the same thing on this entrance exam. I want us to go to this drugs issue. We got 30 minutes on the show.
So, Gio, can I make one input on your education before you go, please? We got messaging watching. Yeah, they see I again. It may need to get standby generator. Yeah, you
This
can't come. Musa Belede just return. Yeah, Musa Belede return today. You are at the airport with all the money Belede gave you. You should get at least something a backup. You can't appear. I will show you in the darknet and that. So you are just post something or in the field that Mark Blue doesn't have electricity and so people that watching the show on television. Wait, let me talk.
Tell you that I just wanted to tell you that I'm on the arrest government. That I got electricity in my house.
Yeah, so thank you. Can I talk, please? Can you protect me?
You not get it in America. Then.
You attack the man, so let the man defend himself.
So I hear the issue about the entrance. So I remember our in Danane, and they had to send us back to Labua to come and be able to rent wild. That's how I went to school in Global. I'm talking about now very wild. That how serious our parents took wild business. Like why is like when you finish with why almost like the way how people can say Nima you finish with Paul. Here is my issue with the now pray. That's why the 12-year-old should be serious. We get children that are writing 10th grade and 6th grade right.
Yes.
I know what's or why. Where are they carrying it? And what's the essence of writing why? Somebody in 3rd grade, why are they doing with a wire certificate? Somebody in 6th grade, why? Because my number wire for Brunei, it wasn't important. They didn't request for it. I remember when, because I came to the US as an international student. I remember when I went for my interview, my story to the embassy just funny. Let me just say, when I went for the interview, the only major question they asked me was, you going to the US and you going for a master program? I said yes. Then they said, can you bring your honor graduate degree? So that's if somebody is going to the university to do a BSc program. Ask them for wire certificate and a diploma from high school. Because when I went to the US embassy, they asked me for my honor graduate transcript, not even degree, because they didn't ask for the diploma. They asked for the transcript. And so when I transferred to this cybersecurity program, yeah, the only thing they did to me, like most international students, when you hear already and you want to do different program, they ask for my degree from Africa because I attached it on the other program. They wanted it to be evaluated. So they assigned it to the World Education. I think it's World Education something and something. I think their headquarters is in Canada or somewhere. So when they did the evaluation, they had to send it directly. And that evaluation, I really took it serious. I was applying to the cybersecurity program, but then I applied for a job with the states of Maryland. And the state was requiring everything that I submitted in my CV, they wanted for it to be evaluated internationally. So how come my degree, the other degree for Liberia and everything. And sadly, I didn't get that job. I did everything for that job. I only one thing. Open I can send and give me a you up my dad. Yeah, but do the guy you are send and give me Kunkapa and you I tell this guy, see it. He can show us here. If I want to watch you call those are men for Doka, me opposite and give me Kunka. Say you are die. So Kadoka be money. I then get
your people here.
I ain't tell the people for granted they get something against, all right? Joe, go ahead to the next topic.
Thank you so much. We are bringing this issue of drugs to discuss it as our final topic because we want our people to understand what is currently happening in Liberia. Yeah, on the 22nd of this month, a Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency officer was attacked and killed in Monrovia by those we call Zogos. According to some sources, they said this person had raided that community before, and upon his visit to his colleague, the guy saw him and they attacked him, they killed him. Now, the major one here is that a lady On the 17th of this month, she picked up from Bamako, Thailand to Liberia.
No, Bangkok, Dion, Bangkok, not Bamako.
Bangkok, sorry, from Bangkok, Thailand. And when she reached at RIA, she was arrested with 3.355 kg of cocaine with a street value of over 181,000 United States dollars. And upon some short investigation at RIA, they got to know that this thing, the lady was sent by another person to bring these drugs to Liberia to a Nigerian fellow. And that Nigerian fellow too was arrested. They called him and he came at RIA, they arrested him. If you follow the track record of those that have been arrested in Liberia with major drugs, I mean, high quantity of drugs in Liberia, they are all foreigners. We have a drug straight policy now. Why do you think illicit drugs keep coming to Liberia? That's the first question. With all of the laws we have in place. And why is it that these foreigners that are always bringing the drugs in Liberia, after being prosecuted, they are not deported back to their country? What is the issue? Let me hear you guys on this. Let's start with Afanso first.
Thank you, John. The very first thing, let know that let know that the law itself cannot prevent the coming of drugs in the country. Only the implementation of the laws will prevent some of these things. Drugs destination in Africa, mostly Nigerians are involved in selling of illicit drugs all around West Africa and Africa.
I come here, Afanso Becky. Let me hold you there 1 minute. This lady issue, I don't know whether you guys have think of it, but it's kind of like something that for me I don't understand really. How did she pass security check in Thailand? Put that.
Let's go one at a time. Let Afanso talk. We will get to that point.
Afanso, I beg you, go ahead.
Yeah. So the drugs issue here, the drugs coming in the country mainly through the airport. The security system in Africa need to be advanced, using technology and other stuff. Because even though most of the airport in West Africa have technology, but not to that standard, where maybe you got something in Haiti, in certain places, technology is going to detect it. So you cannot just detect somebody, moving with a luggage and other things. Say, okay, they didn't get drugs in there. Sometimes they can check it, but some of those very things that can be. Sometimes people travel with drugs in their shoe, sometimes in their pants, and other things. So I think there's a need to attach serious and strong security measure to drugs to every other port, meaning in and around Liberia, to tackle drugs entering to the country. That's the first thing the government should be thinking about before we can come internally to start fighting inside the bordering, countries. We need to get tight measure as to how people enter the country and how they live, and applying technology also to our, to our border crossing point. Using technology, I think you also fight. But with the guy, it was quite unfortunate that he went into the community and regular community before and going there back, and the people tried to kill him. They say Zogo. It was the same drugs dealer that killed him. It was not Zogo. The same drugs dealer, that he raped before. And when they saw him, pay people to get rid of that guy because they was still, smoking the same thing and using them. So when he tried to observe that they still got it, thinking that he coming to rig them for the second time, how they get rid of it, was quite unfortunate that the drug enforcer, the DA himself, I got problem with the DEA. It should be the anti-drugs, enforcement. But they said LDA, enforcing drugs, meaning you. Anytime you enforcing something, meaning you maybe you liking the thing, you know. So if Liberia had drugs enforcement agency, meaning they like drugs. They are enforcing drugs to how they call it, to parade all the corridor in Liberia. So you have to change the denomination for that entity in the first place, then we can start fighting the drugs. That will be anti-drugs enforcement agency. I think it will be better. When you against the drug, it will be better than enforcing drugs. So there are so many reasons why drugs enter the country that I feel we have to apply technology, meaning to order our port of entry so that we can stop this thing coming in.
The last question you didn't answer. Why do you think those that are smuggling the drugs in Liberia, like the foreigners, are not deported back to their country? What is the issue?
When you say not deported, I don't know how many of them are done there, are being arrested, are not being deported.
I feel anybody being deported in Liberia for smuggling drugs into Liberia.
Yeah, equally so. There are some foreigners that are also being barred for smuggling drugs in Liberia. I know about that, but being deported, I don't know. There are 100 million drugs issue. The fellow who were arrested, I don't know how they left the country though. But they were set free to go.
Thank you.
I don't know, but sometimes the problem can come from higher up. Some of the government officials themselves are part of those drugs issues. So there's a need to also check them thoroughly.
Thank you. Shadrach, let's attach time to this because we want to be on the radio.
Yeah, so I will be very brief, but let me give you some important information on the drug issue. How drug enters in our country and through people. It will adequately surprise you that even seeing people who speaking against the drugs are there, some of the same people who bring drugs into the country. Now, I'm not calling name, but mostly to our airport. I have traveled many times to that airport and I see that airport security be very vulnerable to all these systems. In the first place, the detective machine they get over there is not effective. More often when you're passing there, say machine is down, they got to check there, or they just look at somebody's face, you appear decent, they just tell you go. So, for example, when I was coming from Egypt sometime last year on the official trip, so I was traveling with my boss. Then I was using my official passport, not my regular passport. I was using official passport. Then when we got to the airport, there was a lady seen our road from Ghana on the same flights. We let her talking, became friendly on the flight. So when we got down to the airport, she wanted me, to help her with one of our bags or overnight bag to cross and come outside with it. I said no. Yeah, we were actually friendly. She felt through that friendship I could get to that bag and come outside. I said no. This is airport issue. I don't know what on your bags and why you packing your bag this morning whatsoever. Besides that, I'm not using the regular gate. I usually the diplomatic gate. I using the official gate. So they're not going to check my bag. So for that reason, I may be causing with harmful substances with your bag and there's enter with the country. I will be having my own slavery. I don't know who are you. Even though you're the Liberian, but I don't know the business you do. So that I refuse your bag. She had a little bit or post or change that I refuse your bag whatsoever. But I was doing that for my own safety number two, for the safety of the country. Because if I use diplomatic I don't call it error, they don't want to check my bag. I'm gonna go sit there, I give my passport to somebody working at the airport, I go checking my passport that I've entered the country. But they're not checking my bag. So if I tell your bag, the privilege of you that I caught a bag with it. So most of these things is happening on a daily basis. Some of the officials when come from the trip, they will take their simply bag, their friend bags, whatsoever they pass it with to where they can't check it. And so we say inside easily they pass with it. And so the issue of deportation of those smoking the drugs also in the country, yes, sometimes the implementation of our government is not that strong. I 100% agree with you. For more often, we are not have people be convicted actually to say, yes, indeed, the person is convicted. Those are no investigation. Currently, they are in custody. So I don't know why in the case where someone convicted for importing drugs as no foreigner and they were not deported and and they are learning free. I don't see it. So we have to be our own security, especially the borderlands.
Thank you so much. Let's welcome to the show David Woa Core. Welcome to the show this evening. We have approximately 20 minutes. We're going to divide this. Bobby Wanty, let's hear you. We'll give you 3 minutes. From there, we'll go to Siawete and former County Inspector Mark Bleon.
All right, thank you, John. How are you doing?
John, you want to turn the show tonight?
So, John,
no, I beg you, coming to you now.
What going on now, my man?
We coming to you. Bobby, are you there? We gave you 3 minutes on this.
Yeah, I'm good. Honorable Bloom, how are you doing? John, yeah, this drug issue is a very big, it's a broad issue. It's a very big thing, and to just grab it and say you were talking on this show and iron oil will be hard. But when it comes to this, I'm not very good, but I know much about this thing because most of the job I do. Just coming into the country. It is not about the system. It is not about the security. It is not about the security or the equipment. No. Bro, the best country in the world that have the best equipment just to enter the country. But the problem we have in Africa is the willpower, the power to prosecute those that bring the drugs. There's a country that very close to where I'm at. They have a strict drug law.
Is it Singapore?
Yeah, which is Bali, Indonesia, Bali. They have a very strict drugs law. It doesn't matter whether that one in Liberia, they think we call cigarette, how they call that thing, opium. Whether that have that piece, that one, that small, whether 1 kilo, half, whatever you have, as long your luggages, your bag is detected as carrying drugs, and they found out that there is drugs inside. It doesn't matter what quality that inside, as long as it is a drug. Those people, the penalty is bad there. It doesn't matter what you do. But Liberia in Africa, we don't have those penalties. The penalty we have is to put people in prison. But again, what is willpower to put somebody in prison? You put me in prison or you put somebody in prison for drugs. In the first place, when they arrest drug people, I just feel sometimes very sad that, especially for my country, somebody that commit a crime will be one of the number one person that will be yelling and blasting at the security person that arrested the person. Do you know who am I? Do you know who is it? It doesn't matter who you are. The fact of the matter here is you have committed a crime on our soil. So they arrest a person, forward the person to court, and then sitting in that court, the person, the applicant who's supposed to punish this person, the person have been compromised already. So before the guy get there, he know he's going to walk out free, or he's going to go and serve 2, 3 years, or 1 year, or less than 6 months. How you put somebody in jail for the crime with no time? People don't publish what we do in Liberia. That's one of the things that give you a problem. Because the justice system, you don't publish what happened. People go on social media. The journalists will go there. Oh, this guy was arrested for drugs. Where you get the drugs from? How do you get it? They may explain. But the final point where the final lie that this person have done, this person have been, taken to so years in prison. Go to the court. The court will not release a document to anybody to publish it. Why? Because they know tomorrow they will send the same group of people to the jail and put the person outside. How do you send somebody and then day after tomorrow you see the person outside, then they quote it, they don't know how they come outside? So these are the problems we have. Like you said, the last question was, why those that get involved into this thing cannot be deported? Just deporting a drug cartel does not stop just for coming into that country. That's the worst decision you ever take. If you arrest a person with drugs, and you investigate a person is found guilty, and then you say, okay, because you're from Ghana, you're from Guinea, we will deport the person back to Guinea. If that person go back and regroup, the one that coming now will be more than the one that you arrested first. So where you arrest this person, punish a person there, because drug people sit in jail and they still have a cartel also, they will still use them when they have access to mobile phone or whatever it is. So you be strong with your law and go straight by the book. Not who you know. Like Macaulay said, there are some other people in government, bro. How can you be in the government in the country and then your hands is in drugs? And then when they thought they said that's my previous, this person is like this. They arrest a drug person, then one representative, one senator, or one minister call. I will count there, your lead the person. How? So long you call me as a, I don't know how they call in Liberia, LDA person. I'm the drug enforcement agency or officer. You are the representative. Mike Bloom call me because he's my friend from Ghana. And tell me, say, my man Bobby, I will call there, that person there. I will call you later. Let them go home. Bro, that same minute, Mike Bloom will be arrested as well.
Thank
We
you.
just need to be strong and straight on our rules. Thank you. Mike, sorry, I just mentioned your name because you are the higher ranking officer among us here.
Thank you so much, Bobby. Ellis, Dennis, let's hear. Oh, sorry. That whole year that we go to Siawete, I beg you.
Thank you, Jim. You see, the issue of drugs is a worldwide issue, and it's a $1 trillion business. Drugs coming to Liberia is not by the foreigners. Our own Liberian hands are in it, especially people who are up high. Like Papi was saying, when these guys are arrested, let them serve time. Let them serve time. They are destroying the future of our country. The young ones, they are destroying it. Yeah. Even the people that we call them drugs, I would say DEA or whatever they call them, they are involved. Even like here, the police officer in the street, you don't trust them when it comes to drugs. Don't trust them because they know that drugs is a fast money making. And if Liberia is not careful, trust me, drugs is creeping on us. Sooner or later, it will take over. And when it take over, nothing we can do about it. It's the same thing that here. They are fighting drugs every day. And the more they fight it, the more it comes in. Yeah. And we don't have anything to detect it. Like the last time I was coming to Liberia, when I ate my hockey, the balloon one, I put in my bed. They have their security door. We were about to board the plane. Matter of fact, we were on our way boarding the plane. The door came past me, and then it stopped. It came and passed me. It stopped again. For the third time, the border patrol officer came. They pulled me out of the line. They want to check my bag, and I have, certain amount. I thought it was the smell of my hockey that draw the door attention, but it wasn't, because I was not supposed to travel with certain amount of money. So when they checked my bag, they didn't see anything like drugs or whatever. But the money they saw, they asked me how much was it. I called the amount. They counted it. It was a little bit below what I was supposed to carry. What I'm saying is, Liberia needs to connect with some of the Western world. They can train a dog. They can train a dog to be able to detect whatsoever illegal thing that is entering the country. But our people are not in favor of that. All they want is they are so selfish, and everything should be there. The trust issue in our country is not the foreigner; it is our leadership. The people who are in higher up are the ones who are bringing drugs into the country. Because when they come, we had never one day heard that these people brought drugs into the country and they were investigated and sent to prison. How do they get out of the country if nobody is involved with that? So the issue of drugs is important and it should be discussed on a daily basis. If not, it will take over our country and the future of our country will be damaged like what it is going on right now. Look at how many people in the street right now who smart children who will make a difference in our society. But drugs is taking over Liberia gradually. If we're not careful, we will be the victim. Thank you, Junior.
Thank you. I think Junior just stepped out to come. We are going to Siawete on this. Siawete, can we hear you? Can we hear you?
Thank you, Alfonso. Like previous speakers have said, I mean, nothing strange with us saying the bottleneck of drugs. For me, I'm a victim as I speak to you because I got my little brother who are being addicted now to the issue of drugs. We have done everything you think about. Like the big brother said, you know, Liberia, the entire system we got everywhere need reform. Everywhere, you know, Sadra gave example. Like some of us that do little work with the government. If you are a GEO official, once you got your official passport, diplomatic passport, service passport, they are privileged passport. So most of these things sometimes is also used as a cartel, and the drugs cartel is very, very wide. And like you travel to other countries, at least to have some level of restriction at our borders and airport is not. The first thing, we don't have detectors to our airport. We don't even have the dog, nothing. So I mean, the entire country is vulnerable. I watched a video the other day around the Butu border. I got very, very discouraged, to be frank with you. You see the border where they had the office is closed. You don't even see police or immigration. Neither to talk about just enforcement. Our territorial area, the borders are vulnerable. Everywhere is exposed. So I mean, like for example, we that live in Ghana before, we got our parents, our family there. You see, Ghana alone got more than 3-4 borders. The only one they focus on major is the issue of maybe the Ghana Guinea border, the general border. So our territorial space are not protected. You go to the airport, I mean, it's just vulnerable. Sometimes you just can't, oh my man, where you been a long time, man? Oh, they shake your hand, you gone. Whether that man is a government official, whatsoever, they don't know. Even there are countries you travel, whether you government official, you big man, you bring car, the people bring out mirror, all those stuff, they check it to know what is going, what you got in that car, they will check the engine, they check all over the engine. We don't have any of the technology. So the cartel is very, very wide. You talk about deportation. Why you got your own official, you got your own citizens are involved. And mind you, the few times the lady and I don't know say who Obi that were arrested, this lady portrayed to be a very serious person in the church. But mind you, 181,000 plus worth of drugs. And she fold it. If you guys watch the video, worth of cocaine, it was fold into that stuff. And she's traveling with a little baby. So what I'm trying to say is that the country we got is highly vulnerable. You know, other countries, we set example on them. At least the little technology will even improve to curtail, at least to put fear we don't have. Everywhere is exposed. You come from how you get to the airport, the first thing, people will just take your bed, they just put it, and you know, to one side where the bed should be rolling and you get it for proper inspection. Even what they do for testing, that machine, they will want to take your bed and open it, do other one. How do you detect? Your hand will test drugs. So we don't have any of those things. We just living by the grace of God. We just need a total reform. That's all I can say. But for me, I'm a victim. And once people get into that thing, like for example, now the bill has been repealed, the drugs law. is a non-biddable crime now, right? So as people who bring the trust should be more prosecuted than people, because you just see DA men and they will just rush to one ghetto, they bust the area, then the guys run away. They spread in the community. Those are not solutions. So you'll see that the cartel is very huge. To conclude, people, if you saw the Fadigas and that of A.B. Krumah, it was deep. Even up to now, there are confusion again in the DEA. So there are a lot of conversation that require the just issue. It's a wide cartel. To break it is very huge. And like Edo said, it's a global thing. Even people who have the best technology is still infiltrate into the system. So I mean, the little we can do as a country to protect our lives, because once your child is affected, your relative is affected, everyone get affected. So the solution is not about deportation. It's not about, I mean, we just need to put in the regulatory, system at least to curtail it. To eradicate is impossible, but at least to minimize the activity is very, very huge in Liberia right now. If you go to Central Monrovia, you see human being walking with soul on their foot. Those three countries, Liberia and Sierra Leone, Guinea, is huge. So I mean, the issue of drugs now is very bad. By August 7, the women will be getting us out to protest. So for me, we just need to improve those things, train the dogs, get a detector machine, and other things. Whether you are government official, whether you are ordinary citizen, at least to curtail, the proliferation and import of drugs in the country. And our territorial and border land should also be fully charged with security, or else it will keep being the way it is. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm actually surprised how she actually infiltrated with these drugs from other airports, now being arrested in Liberia. I don't know how. But anyway, Jimmy Wogbe, welcome to the show. Can you have a take on this?
Okay, thank you very much. Firstly, let me condemn mob violence, whether it is associated with.
Alfonso, sorry. Just one second.
You are muted.
No. Alfonso was asking how does this thing get across from another country to Liberia. Alfonso, is very easy. Just one second, I will tell you, it's very easy. Where these things come from, the country these things come from. Alfonso, just is some money. It's over $1 billion project that those people is a cartel. But those people run this thing, they run the country. Those people run a country, they run the airport. But just to leave from one country to another country is very easy thing for those people. But the problem is the landing country where you're going to. Because those people can infiltrate the system at the airport. They know they have point people there already. That's why when we're talking about how the Liberia, the DA, Liberia airport, they don't have the system, they don't have the. My brother, the country that this thing is coming from, the security that there, they pay them over $500,000-$600,000 a year. But you can still go through. You get $150 a month, $75 a month. And the person that coming with $2.5 million drugs, you think you will hold that person? No. It's the 16. If the drugs can enter America, how much you think they pay the people in America? A drug detected door. They retired the door in my country here. They retired the door last week Wednesday. To retire the door, they retired the door to the family for $2.5 million. Because the dog worked for 7 years, $2.5 million. Myself are here, I work in our system. When they were doing anything, I said, they people stupid. Then they carry their door in Ghana and see what will happen to their door. So,
little bit money.
So that's it.
When we have
So
Okay.
yeah, Jimmy, you continue. That's interesting. That interesting. Something Gion is hoping to get 2 some more million in almost a lifetime, and dog getting laid for 7 years. Anyway, yeah,
7 years.
Jimmy.
I tell you. So, like I was saying, I would like to firstly condemn mob violence, whether it is associated with drugs or any other offense in our country. Want to express our deepest condolences to the family of the LDA personnel who lost his life. The issue of drugs is a national, emergency that needs serious attention. And to combat it, we all have to put our hands together. But the government needs to do more. You cannot fight drugs when you do not have the political will. I don't care whether you have the largest technologies or whatever that's supposed to detect drugs. If you do not have the political will to penalize perpetrators, you'll be wasting your time. And I think in Liberia, one of the major problems is we lack the political will to fight drugs. For instance, drugs is a non-bailable crime. A few months ago, we witnessed a son of a representative from our county, the political leader of Honorable Mark Bloom, Fish Berete, the son of Musa Berete. He was arrested with drugs and illegal firearms, which are non-bailable crimes. But after a few weeks in prison, while the case is still pending, we saw Fish Berete was bailed. He was outside working free while the case was going on. And in fact, the case had come to a conclusion. He was guilty. And then the court sentenced him for 4 years in prison. Can you imagine a drugs dealer who's supposed to be in prison for not less than 20 years? And then you sentence him for 4 years in prison. It's like you're telling him, go sit down for a few days and come back and do more. So to fight drugs, the government needs to do more. All of us, even if you have informers in the community informing the government about those cartels, the government needs to do more. People who are culpable of those crimes should be penalized in accordance with the law. That's the only way we will try to minimize the issue of drugs. Or if not, we'll be wasting our time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Alfonso, 1 minute, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, the issue with Fish Berete. Fish Berete was arrested and he was filed to court for the first time. And then they been on a legal tussle. And I think people who do law, they will help out with that. He actually admitted that, he committed the act and he surrounded all of those stuff. I understand the judge, the new law stayed from 20 years down. So I think it was in the judge, it was from the judgment of the judge that he passed that verdict, within that time frame. So it was on the judgment of the judge. He surrendered and he confessed that he was involved into the activities. Yeah. So I think that was a reason.
No. Can I make clarity to that law?
Thank you. No. If the code you're talking about, whenever somebody confess, say I killed the person, the court say that the thing they call witch is not something they trust, so they cannot judge the case because it's not proven. But if somebody say, yeah, you something that is proven and the person can't say he did it, I think you should bear the actual consequences of doing that, not to have sympathy on that person. Yeah, but anyway, we want to welcome.
Yeah, I'll take you 1 minute.
David, call, right? Yeah. I say 1 minute. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so
go ahead.
The issue of the law that the issue of the law that Charity is talking about. The law is when you are a drugs dealer from The minimum you're supposed to spend in prison if you are convicted is 20 years. So users I from 10 years down. So if the man confess to the crime, I think the minimum if the court wants to have pardon on it, the minimum should be around 20 years. But to reduce it to 4 years, in fact the man was not even in prison while the case was going on. And the law says when you are caught with drugs, the issue of drugs is non-bailable crime. But peace bail were passing around here. And from I think from the document from the court, he was signed for by the chief of officer of his father. So we need the political will to fight drugs. It should not be selective. It's not about who you are, where you from. Thank you.
Thank you for your clarity or some point on that. David, can you also have your say on this, the drugs issue in our country, how it going and how it been infiltrated into our country? Can you say something on it?
Okay, thank you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we're getting you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, you are clear. You are clear.
Okay. I want to say hi to all of you. I just want to say, coming when it comes to teenage drugs, two things are coming out. Like last night, I was listening to you when you were talking about Nimba, the benefit to citizens. It's almost close to the drugs thing that I'm about to say. Seeing the drugs in the country, especially our country, Liberia, I don't think fighting it is those children that go there and get one or two and spoil themselves. But if you want to fight drugs in a country, it will be where the people who bring in the drugs. And when our government officials' hands are in this thing, it's hard to fight them. The people who are the business people in Liberia, like the Fulani, the Madingo, that their hand in drugs and people not talking about them, how will you fight the drugs? You get government officials in government who their hands in drugs. Drugs is multi-million-dollar business. So no poor man hand in it. The poor people, they brought it for them, they buy it for them, make money for them, and they use it, and our children are spoiled. So we're not fighting them on the children in the street over there. If they want to fight drugs, you have to fight them from where it's coming from. The people who they are bringing in this country. Those are where people fight drugs. You see, you got all the business people over there, the Fulani, the Madingo, the other government officials, they are all hanging inside. But we can't hear their name, or we talk about fighting drugs all the time. So it's like the mountain thing I was talking about last night, our mountain, the company that when Lanco left. Today, somehow we are old, and even the one that come here explain, most of you were not born. They were advocates for how Nimba could benefit from that mountain. And our government officials that kept us down in the drain, they still doing the same thing. So how can the new company help the citizen freely? So it's seen as drugs. If we want to talk about drugs, you gotta be talking, let's get to the head, our government officials who they are hanging in drugs, the big business people who they are hanging in drugs, bringing it in. Those are the way you will fight drugs. But those little children in the street, you cannot do anything if you want to fight drugs in Liberia, even though we don't have the equipment, but we have the manpower that could identify somebody. But when there's big hand to call a small officer on the side and say, hey, the phone call that came here, I'm coming there. Then of course we are not fighting drugs. So I'll just stay right there. So fighting drugs, go from the top first. The BB people, the BB money people in the country.
John. You can position yourself in your driving seat too.
Yeah, thank you. I will take my 2 minutes on this. You see, when this government took over, they had a new policy. According to the president, he said everyone should take drugs tests, starting from the official themselves. But I don't know how far that thing went. I don't know how many of them took the drugs test, whether they were posted for us to know that, because we need to know from the top. You can't have a representative taking in cocaine, then he go and speak against cocaine. It makes no sense to me. You cannot have someone who is at the top taking in the drugs, then the person is speaking against the drugs. So the only way, the only reason why they maintain status, they look good, is because they have the money. They can take care of themselves.
Right.
But those other young people that are taking it on the street, they do not have the money to take care of themselves. So all of us are saying the same thing. I think the just law in Liberia, they should add some more scrutinized laws to it, at least to say when they catch you with certain quantity of drugs, there should be no mercy. They should either kill you, because the justice system we get in Liberia is retribution and rehabilitation. I don't know how many drugs dealers in Liberia have been rehabilitated after they leave from prison. Because once those guys then leave from the prison, the next place they're going again at the ghetto. So I don't know why they put them in prison when they are not being rehabilitated in the prison. So it really bad for us. And to the point that Jimmy made about pitchability, you see, the only authority that is given to our judges in Liberia is sentencing. They are only there to sentence. Because in most of these cases, in criminal cases like that, they got jurors and juries that decide whether the person is guilty or not. But again, our justice system in Liberia, that's something we all can say it is unpredictable. Someone who are accused of 2 different unbearable crimes, non-bearable crimes, that person was released on bail. And later, and the first appearance, the person said they were not guilty. The second appearance, the person said they were guilty. The reason why our court system reduces charges is because of something where in a legal term they call save of money, save of time. So the state does not want to waste time or to waste money, resources behind a case. So they will tell your client, they will tell the perpetrator,
Well,
if you plead guilty, we'll reduce your sentence. But why would somebody plead guilty to a crime that you're supposed to be in jail maximum 20 years, and you give the person 4 years? It's bad. It's really bad. At least make it to seem like it is justice. Give the person 10 years. I said this here on the show before. That power that is given to our judges to decide the punishment is they use it differently at times. For example, somebody committed statutory rape, which is raping by one person, depending on the age, and other people committed gang rape. The person who committed statutory rape is sentenced to 15 years in prison. Those who committed gang rape, they are sentenced to 5 years in prison. Make it make sense for me now. 2 persons rape one person, you send the 2 persons in jail for 5 years. 1 person rape another person, you send 1 person in jail for 15 years.
Yeah.
So it's bad. The justice system we got in Liberia too, it has to be welcome. And then this whole drugs thing that we're saying, it's a global thing. It's a global thing. The only thing we can do is to keep fighting it, to minimize it in our country. Let us build, we are pleading to the government to have more rehabilitation centers, at least to take these people there. That will help us a lot. And I want to make a recommendation that if any foreigner is caught with drugs after you have served your sentence, when you leave in the prison, the next thing is they should send you straight to your country. Straight to your country. When I was in Europe going to school, some other guys that were in school together, they were having they had, I think, some pills with them. When they were caught, they were sent to jail for 2 years. Right after that 2 years, they sent them straight at the airport in their same suit with handcuffs on them. They left right at that airport. They went back to their country. I think Liberia should engage into the same thing. Let us be able to deport these foreigners after they have served their sentences. And that's my little take on that. We've exhausted our time on the show. I would like to say thank you to all of you for being here tonight. It was a great show. It was a wonderful one. Let's start with Elder David to give us his parting comment in 30 seconds. we go to Siawete, then Jimmy, then Shadrach, and we can stay here with Fanso to give our parting comment. David, let's hear you.
Okay, thank you so much. For me, from down to the 12th, anytime God giving the opportunity to join you guys, I think we need to be talking about District 5 throughout now in the election, so we can help our people, let's talk to them, what to do, what not to do when it comes to election. So tonight, joining you late, I would like people of District 5. First of all, yesterday, what I want to say is that when it comes to election, I was there during the by-election. Montana had a polling center, and the election, I hope all elections should be like that, the way they had election, like dancing smoothly. And we calling upon all citizens of District 5 to put away what they call election violence. It should not be something that somebody should come in and fight for somebody's position. They're going election the way in District 5, people were united, even if you're not voting for other candidates, but the process was so fine. So people are getting used to election process in our school, but still we have to talk to them so that they should not get engaged in election violence. But when it comes to District 5 representative election for the position of Koga that he left for our district, our point and our word is the same. The only person that, if those of you who listening to us, we will continue to tell you is that please do not vote for Jason Yo. And we're asking him to back up in this election. And we are asking all of you, the reason is very common that District 5 belong to people of Yaole. When I say Yaole, Yaole is Yaole, Wile, Nikwale, Nyole, Biole. District 5 is not just Nyogomape 1 quarter.
Thank you. Thank you, Yara.
So that's my point tonight. So those of you here, if you campaigning for Jason Yo, you need to calm down and stop. We're asking him to get to back up. We hope he hears us and understand it and withdraw from the race. But whosoever win in our district beside Jackson, we are happy. Thank you.
Thank you, Eda. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you for those messages. Let's go to you, Siawete. From there, we go to Jimmy, and we'll go to Bobby. Siawete, your parting comment.
Well, thank you, Jim. And the rest of the panelists on the show, I think it was a good night. We share our thoughts. And I mean, we want to commend the government because under this government, we are seeing a lot of changes. Most of those uncompleted projects that were in the rim, I think this government is doing very well now. That you see dedication going on everywhere. Today, the government just commissioned a series of fire trucks, and you know, some of those things have been major challenges in the country. And with the news coming up with the construction of those 100 schools, it's actually welcoming, and we must applaud the government for that. And the issue of jobs, I think it's everyone's business.
Can we mute? Somebody.
Yeah, the feedback. Some people. Yeah, so we encourage every community members. The work about justice is not just the DEA. It requires every one of us. You know, the intelligence, you don't have to just expose yourself because we know it's a huge cartel, but once you can report the situation maturely, I think it will be curtailed a little. So, I mean, the show was very nice, and we are actually proud of this government with the little strides they are making. We should all support our government. Once we support the government in a very positive way, we all will benefit. Because Liberia is for us, regardless of where you stay, where you go. At the end of the day, you still come back home. You want to see your country as other, and countries that you travel and go. And so, I mean, we all need to put our hearts together, build on the spirit of patriotism, unity, and love for each other. And the issue of District 5 election, all we have to say is peace, because everyone there, we are all related. I mean, everyone in the election, you go, this person will say if they are from Ninkwea, they will have root from Nyo, they will get people living in Yao, and all of that. So, I mean, it's just about peace, because election will come, it will go, and we as people will remain, and the district will remain. So, the message is just about peace. I want to say thank you for the time.
Thank you so much, Siawete. We're going to hold Bobby a little bit. Let's go to you, Jimmy Wogbe. Let's hear you. Your parting comment, please. Jimmy, please unmute yourself. Jimmy, you are muted.
And so we want to applaud the government for the effort made so far in some of those areas. And we want them to also muster the courage to do more. The issue of drugs. For me, I believe that government needs to do more. And other areas of our country, the people of District 5, Buya is at a crossroad. We are about to elect a leader for another 4 to 5 years. And so we have to take out sentiment, we have to take out relationship, and then go for the best. And so I believe that Honorable Jackson Sumi Yu is the best candidate who cut across the entire district, both in the Yao, the Ninkwea, and the Nyo belt. Do not allow anybody to fool you. The plea of the elder is undemocratic.
Thank you, Jimmy.
And,
Jimmy, thank you so much. Let's hold you there. Bobby, your party comment shortly.
Yeah, John and Alicia, thank you very much for holding it down today. I appreciate everybody that making their input, coming here to share knowledge, taking your time to come here and make this show, a very successful one. And John, before I forget, please hit me up from after or started the show, please. So with all this Rick Monroe with the drugs, I wanted to talk something about Musa saw earlier on, then the phone went off. When it comes to drugs doesn't choose who house or who father it goes to.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot hold a parent responsible for somebody taking drugs. It is just unfortunately find yourself in that situation. If you ask Musa today, he's a very disappointed person to build yourself up, and then at the end of the day, your knee is coming, not your son is doing this for the country, your son is doing this with those kind of things. He's very, very disappointed. So we all in sympathy with the family.
Wait, I want to make some clarity there. Musa built his son out. When his son was rearrested, Musa is a representative. He knows this issue is a let's say global thing that we all need to fight. But when his son was rearrested, he said justice was being selective to his son. And he knows fully well, as a law student, Musa is a law student, he knows fully well that drugs in Liberia, the crime of drugs in Liberia is non-bearable. And his son was built out. So he didn't carry the message that, oh, let's fight drugs. But the first message he carried was, my son is being selected to be judged, which is wrong. So let's put it that way to respect you.
No, John. People are coming 1 minute. For me, I'm not a supporter of Musa, right? The issue of drugs, like you regularly put it, just no parent, in fact, no other parent will be happy to see the child going through such. I want to take you to the prayer release of Musa when his son was arrested. I read it, and maybe I will screenshot it and send it to you.
No,
Musa
I
did
read
a
the
press
press
statement
release. Listen, after the press release,
condemning the act of his son, and he embraced that the justice system that the law should take a course, and the guy should be prosecuted in the due course of law. Musa did not back his son.
No, but that no. Let me come in.
The second press.
Thank you.
Second press.
It was just a political charade.
After his son was rearrested.
You can't do that, man.
See, wait, I beg you. After his son was rearrested, he made another Facebook post that I have in my post. I screenshot it. He made another Facebook post saying the justice system is being selected to his son. His son was on bail and they rearrested him. So that got me confused. You as a representative, that we all fighting this thing. You know, say your son was accused of drugs, and you went first publicly to say, okay, let the man be prosecuted. You build the man out. You see? So let put it that way too. I don't hate Musa. I love him.
I beg you 1 minute. I beg you 1 minute.
No,
Gion,
I beg you. Let's finish with Bobby. We can't eat Bobby time that. Let get you respect.
Gion, can you give me 5 seconds? Jimmy, call my name though.
No, we will come back to you, Edda. I beg you.
Okay,
Bobby,
thank you.
All right.
Tomorrow.
I will go back again. If you call or ask Musa today, Musa regretted why his name have to be associated with those kind of things. But as a parent, Musa get caught in a hard place. As a father, your son are getting involved into drugs and you want to stand there as a father to free your son, but where he is or the act that he committed is against his state. So now, instead of Musa to sit down as a parent or good citizen of the country, especially a person that hold on the high esteem and holding one of the higher positions in the country, to decide which way I go. Because if it is other people, we will go this way. It was Musa that all sat down to make this law that if you are drug dealer or you get caught into drugs, you go to jail for 20 years. They are the lawmakers. They make this law. It was from that point Musa deviated to say, okay, my family are more important to me than the law or the country. It's there where he deviated. When you say, let be straight, yeah, this is where I wanted to go. It's not that I'm supposing Musa for freeing his son from prison. If Musa didn't want to free people from prison, there are some children, we call them today, the less privileged children, that the country gave this kind of bad name to them. They call it their Zogo. Some of those children go to jail just because they smoke it. But the person that sell it to them, they don't put them in jail. But somebody that get caught with huge quantity or whatever it is, they put into jail because the father have money. So they go and free them. They put them in jail, like my brother was saying. How can you put somebody in jail for 4 years? Let them bring the law. Let them bring the book that tell you this guy requires 4 years. One man sit down and determine because Musa gave them money. So let's reduce the sentence. What happened to the people that their parents doesn't have the money? It don't make sense. Like John was saying it. People against rape somebody, put them in jail for 5 years. Then one person rape somebody, put a person in jail for 15 years. Doesn't make a sense. Okay. Back to District 5, because we from District 5 is very dearly to all that here. We appeal to all our citizens. We appeal to the district. We appeal to the counties. The way the by-election, senatorial election went, we pray, we appeal to all voters. Let this election go. That election is a season, it's a one-day thing. It comes and go. We all are in that district. We are intertwined. We are one family. It doesn't matter who wins. District 5 win. We appeal to. But I will deviate from my learned uncle a little bit. I'm not a supporter of anyone for this election. Whosoever win, I believe we win in District 5. But at this present movement, where we have less than 25 days to go to election, to say we shouldn't vote this person, the person should back up. Because that time been producing representative. I don't see it as a good advice if we try to preach non-violent. Because this time produce a representative, it doesn't mean the other person from that time should not run for representative. So that means Southeast people will not put out a presidential candidate next anymore because we get a president from Southeast. After 2029, nobody will come from Lofa to run as a president anymore because Joseph Baga comes from there. Nobody will come from Nimba to run again as a vice president because Jeremiah can come from there. No. The person that was there, if we put on that politics or that argument, how they call go play people will always win that argument. If we don't let the people or the person from there, the person hold that district for consecutive 14 years. That means go play people are very good.
Yo.
So let's just preach the politics of everybody should come together. Let the district, let the election be peaceful. At this time, the people, all the other are sit down, everybody have go to all the regulatory, agreement, they are spending all their money. So we can't tell them to back out now.
John, two person and attacking me. So I need to come in, John, given the time if you do.
We are exhausted all the time on the radio. The guys need to other program, but we'll give you 30 seconds. Shadrach,
30 seconds. Thank you. You know, when you talk about, you see, we're not hiding our point. The thing there is District 5 is a new district that was funded. Like we rightly said that District 5 leadership will not be the family team. We serious saying that. And we are glad that the people in our district, the voter in our district we're talking to, like we said, Johnson should boycott because our leadership in District 5 come from their quarters, so it should not be a family team like somebody kept up. Somebody elsewhere in different town have to enjoy that money too. It shouldn't be in our quarter because the leadership, we need new voice too for elsewhere. And if people decide not to carry somebody, that's fine. But we're talking about District 5. And again, it's not late. The voter, you have to vote. We are glad that they understand our point. And all citizens in District 5 listening to it, and they are listening to it, and they are calling, and they are spreading. And we are telling the voter that August 12th, if Jackson Road did not boycott, we cannot sit and just have one family as District 5 leader throughout. We're not hiding it.
Thank you, Etta. Thank you.
Yeah,
so
it's
much.
not a war, but it's a serious thing. It's a fact. We're speaking the fact. Other time too, I have to guide. Thank you.
Thank you. Shadrach, let's hear you shortly.
Yeah, thank you, Gino. Thanks to everybody who has spoken their minds. And I would like to suggest something on the platform today. Since we are still in election or process or period. We appearing here to discuss election process. In Booyah, we are citizens and we love our people back home, and we need the best for everybody for the district. So if we will be inviting people here, our panelists, our team, we need to be balancing the equation. In the sense that the discussion, because there are many candidates who don't have supporters on the platform. So if we get a few or two person coming here, speaking about their candidates, and they're not paying money, it's disadvantage to other people. So if people, some will come here to come, say that candidate, they should be invited as guests and pay the platform. Then of course we interview them. That would be fair to everybody.
Are you the manager?
No,
Thank
I
That's a good recommendation. That's a very good recommendation.
And I've been manager. Yeah, I've been so biased for a very long period of time. Other people come, they will leave the topic we're discussing, they will go straight to the marketing that candidates. Even though market a candidate, fine, the platform is here. But you pay, we'll interview you and market your candidates. So once we can to discuss the issue, let balance the discussion in the district. Let us balance it so that everybody wants to get a message across. But we all got everybody in that people in that.
So say doesn't you to back up on the election? Is it balancing?
No, Jimmy, I beg you. Jimmy.
Now what I'm trying to say. Jimmy. Shadrach trying to propose to the host.
Jimmy, I have people in the election. I'm not supporting none of them. I have women in the election. I have the in the election. I have Koto in the election. And that's the end of the national, end of them. When I come here, I discover booyah. We want
Yeah.
the best, the better for the district. So if you get a candidate, you want to market a candidate, we have no problem. You can you pay the 1 hour, assistant you pay it, you market a candidate. We'll have a question. And it will be fair to the people. You got other people in that district, you got anybody on the platform, you can't say a candidate against also. No, it's not right. We're not doing justice. This platform for everybody, not for one person.
Thank you. That's
Thank
a
you,
good
Gino.
recommendation. Thank you. We've exhausted our time. DK, keep going and coming. Tomorrow we'll have DK. Tonight the time is finished. DK, if there is anything you want to say shortly before we go.
So thank you, Gino. Always thanks to our guest panelists for coming. Thanks to Alfonso. The only thing I hear is we've been reaching out, including bringing the candidates. It's almost like a battle. So we established this at least to put our district on the map. And so when Gino, who is very basic, create this for us, I'm always in the back. You see me going, coming. I'm looking for discerning opinion. If you have somebody here for Jackson, we want somebody for Mekwa, we want somebody for Boris, but it's difficult to get them. And I will show how to go on. We are giving open invitation to all of them. But Bobby is sitting here way in Australia. I'll be in people inbox. Are you willing to come on the show today? Can we do this together? So if you know any candidates that feel we are one-sided, which of course we are not done, please tell them. We need everybody here. We need them every day. And if we don't have anything, we have to discuss national politics. But our focus is putting our district on the map. Bring them. Send the invitation to them. Geo number is open. My number is open. I reach out to everybody. In fact, one of the candidates is that been it's Abraham Kakbo. Abraham is my friend. I reached out to him several times. He was concerned. He will not come. Today, I told you about Arthur Singh, who wanted to contest, but later declined. He consented to coming. Later on, I sent you the screenshot. He said, oh, he's not ready. So we're trying to be balanced, but in the midst of that, we can't force them to come. And even if we have people who quote unquote are not supporting any candidate, we better bring them. We talk about our district, and so that is our goal. But we are not bringing one person. Jimmy, you see here, Jimmy was on the post. Oh, can I come on, guys? Can I come on? So Jimmy, opinion matter whether he's supporting Jackson or not. Jackson have a lot of men booming here all the time. Cotton have Ellis. We started this with them. Every time we're ready, we're talking about Booyah, we have to send it to them so that they can be represented. Even Uncle Debekin yesterday, I had to send a link to Aloysius. So that, Aloysius, somebody here is saying, if you're not voting for this, come. You are supporting, so we can have a balanced view. So if candidates are not coming and their supporters are not coming, we can't force them. We are trying our best. So thanks again for coming. See you guys tomorrow. If you see me in the back all the time, coming, going, I'm reaching out to people to see how we can bring them on the show. And so lastly, please go on BKS page. Please go on the page. I'm not saying you must share this show. When you come on the show, share this show. So when people who are following you, people who are your friends will watch it. But go on BKS show, BKS page, and share this page. Invite at least all your friends on your friend list, so that we can grow the page and have more followers. Once again, thank you. If you have anybody that have any other opinion that you think we can bring, get them. When they agree, we'll prepare the flyer for them and send it to you. You give it to the person to come. Please help us and share this show. Go on BKF page and do that for us. Thank you. This is your home. Anytime you're ready, just text us. I will put Gion. I will send Gion number to all of you guys. When I'm busy, call Gion, so he can do that. I will get Gion number. I will get Alfonso number to anybody that we know. Contact them too to do that for us. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for coming, and good night.
Thank you, Chief. Bobby, I'll send you a friend request on Facebook. You can confirm that so we can talk. Again, folks, I'd like to say thank you for being here tonight. It's been a wonderful show. See you guys tomorrow again.
And Gina, you haven't sent me the number you said last night. You never did it.
We want the number. What do you want to do with the broad number again?
I bet Gina, now you, my young man, go out there, man.
Bye-bye, Gina. Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, good night.